am a cougar right now. I'm a cougar in heat.
Are you older than Mike?
I'm a cougar in heat.
No. You need like 10 more years.
I'm a wild animal.
At least 10 more years.
Wild Til 9. You ready?
Yep, let's go home.
Hi guys, welcome back to the pod. Welcome to Wild Til 9. Today we have a guest, Rosanna Pansino. The giggle. Oh my God.
We have two guests.
Sorry, and
Husky.
Husky is also here. We also have Moose in the room. We also have producer Devin and Jeremy. We've got a full house today, y'all.
In my mind, I always think add Husky first and then Mike.
Yeah. 100%. We've got Husky.
We got boyfriend Jeremy and boyfriend Mike.
Yeah,
all in the building.
Oh my God, that is so exciting. So for those of you who don't know Ro, she is a two-time author, the host of the sister show of Craftopia, Baketopia on HBO Max. You've been the top baking YouTube channel for like 12 years. Right?
Lord, when you say it, it's just... It hits me
This
how long
is
it's
not
been.
the time to be... does it make you feel old? I feel old. Someone came up to me the other day.
Yeah.
And she started when she was 6, so relax.
Someone came up to me and they were like, what did she fucking say? It wasn't legacy. She basically called me a fossil, but like in a really complimentary way.
Word. That's the word. It's a legacy channel.
Yeah,
I think
you're
it's
a legacy channel.
past 10 years or more
Oh,
or something
God.
like that. I think that's what
It made me feel old as shit.
Wait, so your channel will turn 10 and you will turn 30 in the same year?
No, I think I turned 10 this year.
Were you actually using it though? Or was it like a channel that you then...
Yeah, no. I think I started in 2012. I got to go back and check. I think I might have made the channel in December of 2011. I got to go back and check, but I think I might have missed my 10-year birthday.
You're like halfway to being able to drink if you were a channel.
That's pretty exciting. More than halfway in Canada.
Wow.
More than halfway in Canada. So anyway, more importantly, Ro is here today. And Ro, you and I have been friends forever.
Forever. I think we met through...
I was trying to think of this and I could not remember where we met.
Did we meet through Lily? A mutual girlfriend?
Probably. Yes. Yes.
Like, or was it like a YouTube? I'm so bad about remembering where I meet people. I literally had to call my friend Jordan. He has a channel, Captain Sparkles. He's a gamer. We've been friends forever.
It was Captain Sparkles?
I love that.
I love that.
Tell you, for the life of me, I could not remember. Mike and I were sitting in the hot tub and we were like, when did we meet him? We could not remember. I had to call him and say, hey, when did we meet? When did we become friends? Because I felt like we've been friends forever.
Did he remember?
He remembered.
Of course he did.
Oh, that's always
to
how it happens.
A house party of ours like 100 years ago.
Okay, he came to your place then.
Okay, also,
yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
I don't know if people know this, and I feel like from Instagram people do, but Ro throws the most extravagant parties and events that I have ever attended in my entire life. If you are so much as honored to receive an invite to one of Ro's events, bitch, you have hit the motherfucking lotto.
Oh my gosh, I am so flattered. Thank you. And also, I love to party, and I'm having a huge Halloween party. Obviously, you guys
You're all
are
invited.
This
Invite link
year.
below. Right, Mike?
Yeah, it's going to be disco themed. Disco's dead.
Ooh.
So you can either come in some disco
I love that.
gear
Or dead disco?
Or dead disco.
Oh.
Zombie disco.
Zombie
I'm
disco.
just gonna be a
Vampire
disco
disco.
I think.
Disco
disco
balls
ball.
are really in right now. They're really aesthetic.
Disco balls
Disco are in. I have so
you
many in
put
my
one in your
office.
office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
disco balls are in.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so fun.
Jeremy, I can see it. You can wear all, like lots of glitter.
Bell
Bell
bottoms?
bottoms.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, that could be
You know who looks
so
great
fun.
in bell bottoms?
You.
Not me. Not me. I actually wore bell bottoms for a Halloween costume once and I was like, whoa. Thank God I was born in the 90s.
Really long legs that would make a very large bottom of bell.
It's like 2 lampshades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
You
can
see
see
it?
it. I can
Yeah.
see it. Were you always a party planner? Like, where did this come from?
I just love to party. I love to celebrate. My sister's the same way. You put us together and we're just party animals.
How many years apart?
We're 3 years apart. My sister is 3 years younger. I'm the older sister, but a lot of people think she's older because she's
She's got 1.5 babies.
she's more wise.
Okay.
She's very analytical.
Oh.
Okay.
She runs the business side
And your blood
of the
sisters.
business. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
She's real smart. She's the kind of gal who walked in to take her SAT and doesn't need to prepare,
Oh,
and she gets an
yeah.
amazing score. And I'm the gal who's been studying and taking those prep courses
college?
Yeah.
What did you go for again?
I feel like so, would you?
If anyone asked, did you go to college?
I forget if we talked about this.
I mean, I did graduate, but
What did you go for? She's already wheezing.
I literally asked the counselor, what is the easiest degree
That you could possibly get?
that I can get? Because I've told you this, but I have a learning disability. I'm dyslexic.
Right.
And when I hit college, I went to those first classes and I said, whoa, I am out of my league here. I mean, I need something easy. What you got for me? And they advised me to get a communication degree. So that's what I did.
I like how that's universally the answer.
I was like, so I do have a degree. It's in communications.
And look at you communicating.
I just want to be very clear that we are almost entirely sober right now. Like they're like, Ro, you were just one of the funniest people. It's like,
Sorry.
I love that in the mic.
I just love hanging out with you guys and catching up. I'm just having a great time.
oh God, this is gonna be a great podcast. I can already tell. Like I just poured us glasses of wine.
Crying.
What?
I haven't even started.
I know
on this
that the
huge
glass of wine is
wine.
fresh. I just want to be very clear.
Yeah, look
Yeah,
at it.
okay, for the record, let the record show
Yeah.
that this glass is full.
Yeah.
That's half
All
a bottle
right.
right there.
No, I can see that. It's like
yeah.
you have small hands, but that's still a big glass.
Yeah, no. I said we got a whole podcast ahead of us.
It's a big podcast.
We don't have time for a refill.
I mean, Devin has a lineup for us to go through. We have things to discuss.
yeah, I know. It was like weird, kind of like doing a little bit of research on you because I was like, I feel like I know most of these things, and also some of the things I put on our list. And Devin was like, where did you learn that? Like how you were a background dancer on Glee
Yeah.
for a little bit, right?
Yeah. I had so many
Did you know that,
oddball
babe?
jobs.
Rosanna Pansino, backup dancer on Glee, is actually in my head. You're in my phone, is that? Yeah.
Did you know that I was also an extra on Sunny in Philadelphia?
Really?
We just
watched that for the first time.
We have a friend who is a diehard Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, fan, diehard.
And real quick, it's always sunny.
I was gonna say, did I get the name wrong?
There are people that watch this podcast that are going to be very upset.
I roll.
Because people that love that show love that show.
Yeah, it's like
I cannot believe it's still on.
They're still
They're
making new
making new
episodes.
I love
Yes.
it.
Their syndication money is going to be fantastic.
How did you get that gig?
When I moved to Los Angeles, I basically just said yes to
Everything?
every entertainment gig that I could get.
That's good advice though for
And-
someone just like starting out in LA.
Yeah, because I just
Yeah.
didn't really know what I wanted to do. I loved acting, but I knew the probability of me being a full-time working actress just wasn't very high. There isn't a lot of people working full-time as actors. So I thought, I love making television and movies. I'm so fascinated by it. I wanted to learn everything I could about it. So I said, I just want to work on sets. I just want to figure out what I'm good at, where I fit in. And so I just said yes to everything. Like I was a hand double. I was an extra.
Wait.
I have so many
And you
stories,
say
you guys.
hand double.
What does that mean?
Does that mean that you are called to work one day to just from the wrist down act, emote with the fingers? Because if so, let's see the hand.
Okay.
The great hands.
Oh,
They're
that's a
great
good.
hands.
It's a good
No.
hand.
It's a good hand.
Now these hands, you
My
guys,
money maker.
these hands
What are these insured for?
allowed me to join SAG, Screen
Shut
Actors
up.
Guild. So one of my first jobs when I moved here, I auditioned for this. Was to be the
I can't wait to hear what you're about to say. I cannot wait.
I auditioned to basically be stunt double hands for Aiden. It was a character played by the actor Connor.
Okay.
He was a 10-year-old boy. He played the son of Jennifer Love Hewitt on the show Ghost Whisperer.
Okay.
And you know, Lauren, from, doing the first season of Craftopia, kids have there's different rules with working with kids on sets. They have
Oh my
different
God.
hours.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, yeah,
strict.
it's very
There's
strict.
a lot of red tape.
Yep.
So to save time, they will hire people like me, to fill in the gaps. Because there's a lot of shots, very beautiful artistic shots of like on the show looking for ghosts. So you'll see my hands holding flashlights, looking for
my
ghosts.
God. God.
doing these beautiful like focus shots, or he scribbles a lot with crayons. So whenever he's scribbling, drawing a little stupid ghost, those are my hands.
That's you making money.
I thought I recognized those hands.
That was my hands.
So, and you did the ring too, right? When she was doing the big black circles on papers, was that you as well?
Not me.
I reckon no.
I have a lot
hands.
of training, Jeremy, so I could have got that role.
I just think that if there's ever a time you realize just how you don't think about your hands, it's when someone is just recording your hands doing something. I would overthink everything. Turn on a flashlight.
I have done business expenses for my nails for the last 10 years because
Okay, all right, IRS. You can just go ahead and move on.
Are you kidding me? My hands get more airtime than my face does.
I want to see that audit report. I do. Client says $6,700 were necessary to do business.
Oh, $6,700? LOL. Over the last 10 years?
Dude, these are union hands.
These are union hands, baby.
No.
These are my money makers.
If you show your SAG report,
insurance.
no one's questioning you. You
DIY hands.
You need to go get this insured.
DIY hands. They do close-up shots. They need to look good.
Oh, trust me, those hands do a lot of things.
I had to sign an agreement. I couldn't paint my nails. I had to keep it all natural, short nails, because these are little boy hands. So I couldn't paint them.
I was waiting for you to say you had to go play in some dirt before you started the shoot, just so you always have the dude gross things under your nails. Because as someone who works inside, not anywhere near dirt, sometimes I look at my hands and I go, "What the fuck is wrong with me?"
It's literally so questionable. We're you sit at a computer, what could possibly be under your nails?
Why are my fingernails
Get in
disgusting?
the shower right now. It's the grossest thing you do. That and the Q-tip into your brain.
No, that part I
those
can't.
Those are top two of your grossest.
If you're gonna tell me that I can't use a Q-tip in my ears once a day, what is life?
The nurse practitioners right now are rolling their eyes.
I'm not. What am I gonna do? The little Bernie candle thing anyway? And this is not about me. Going back to your hands.
This is hilarious. I feel like we're bonding. I love this.
So how many gigs? So if you look at your IMDb, how many of those gigs are just hand related?
A lot of them actually didn't end up on my IMDb
I was gonna ask that,
how IMDb works. It's kind of an archaic system where you have to.
I love that you know this. By the way,
I was gonna say I don't think I know this.
Actively submitting.
Right.
It basically, I love IMDb, but their system to submit is very archaic.
It's like Wikipedia, right?
So a lot of my gigs aren't even on there. I've worked on a ton of different shows. I'd say half of them are on there.
Wow.
But it was just really cool.
What are you labeled as? Because is it hand number 7?
I have no idea.
That's a good question.
At the time,
we'll find out.
Connor and I were the same height. I have no idea. This is so fascinating. We were the same height. Now he's a grown up. Now he's 5'9". He's
you're also 5'9".
Yeah, I wish. I'm 4'9". I'm at 4'10". Oh, I need to update this picture.
You born in Seattle?
Such a cute photo.
Yeah, I'm from Seattle, born and raised Seattle, and then I moved here. I don't know if it was 15.
Were you in
years
CSI?
You were in the Emoji Movie?
Yes, I was in the Emoji Movie.
To be fair, Lauren, everyone who's getting out to LA for the first time is in CSI.
Really?
Yeah,
is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm shocked I wasn't in it. Yeah.
I had a U5 in CSI, and a U5 is an under 5, so you have under 5 lines. So it's a speaking role. It's a small part.
Do you get less pay for that?
You get more pay.
Wow.
For showing up?
Yeah.
Emo Dad?
It was a cartoon made by the Fine Brothers.
Oh.
It was so
yeah. Fine Brothers are
I
great.
played this kind of nerdy character. I was on Bizarrevark. That really cute Disney.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Alicia also did a cameo on Bizarrevark.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So a bunch of gigs. One of my favorite ones was actually Parks and Rec. I got to be
cool.
a holiday
the fuck,
elf.
Flex? You're
I have to send you the footage. So there's this really cute. They cut my scene.
Those fuckers.
I mean, you can see me in the
Google,
episode, but they cut the few lines I had.
Parks and Rec.
But I got to work with Amy Poehler and meet Chris Pratt, and they were wonderful. They were just so kind to me.
You
they
met
were
thick
so
Chris
nice.
Pratt. He used to be a little thicker. I liked that.
Yeah, he played the character Andy on the show.
Oh, yeah, I
and
loved him.
She played Leslie Knope, and it was so much fun. And there's a video where NBC I think they wanted Chris to vlog, so he's holding the camera and we're vlogging some background stuff for. Oh my! How did you find this? Shut up! How did you find this?
Well, hello, this is Chris Pratt for NBC.com, shooting our Christmas special, getting my Santa wig put on. This is exciting. Introduce yourself for NBC.com.
Hi, I am Ro, and I am an elf. Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I am also an elf.
Wow. Oh my god, she's so funny. This is amazing. Is this set? This is set.
Yeah, that was the set we were on. We had so
Amy
much
Poehler's
fun.
so cute. Oh my god.
She's adorable.
Why
and
does this
she's-
footage feel like it's from 40 years ago?
This was shot on a French fry.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I feel like I'm 20 and other times I feel like I'm 96.
Well, to be clear, I was old enough to drink here.
But also, like, this is shot in the old YouTube aspect ratio where it's like almost a square and not so much as a rectangle as it is now.
Yep.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Life can be overwhelming and many people are burned out without even knowing it. When you are in go mode all the time and don't take a minute for yourself, it can all come crashing down. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped, detachment, fatigue, and more. BetterHelp is here to, well, help by making sure you check in with yourself and your mind by talking to someone.
Burnout for me usually means I've been working for 6 days straight on minimal sleep. And while I may not realize at the moment, it's extremely stressful on my mind and body. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help figure out what's causing stress in your life and how to better deal with it.
BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Wild Til 9 listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/WT9. That's BetterHelp.com/WT9. Tilly's run, do not walk to Good American ASAP. Seriously, I just tried on my first pair of Good American jeans the other day and I am obsessed. You guys know that I am super picky with which jeans go on my body, and I have never had jeans hug to my body like this before.
Your butt looks great.
Thank you.
Thighs look great.
So much. Thank you.
Butts and thighs look great.
Thank you
Butts
so
and thighs and calves look great. Butts and thighs and length and width and everything looks well, it looks great.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Good American is a female-founded brand, and it shows in the way this denim is made for the women's body.
Dudes shouldn't be making, obviously, now that I know this piece of information, I don't think guys should be designing women's jeans.
Agreed.
Bold statement.
No. For the fit.
Bold
For the
statement.
fit, they should not.
Gotta be honest.
They should not.
I'm not sure guys should be designing guys' jeans, but definitely after seeing this, I think this is a best kept.
I feel good about this. I feel good
Me
about this.
too.
The fabric feels so luxurious and there's never a gap in the waistband. Good American offers a size range of 00 to 32, and they're all about inclusivity and body positivity.
If you want to try the jeans that make you feel confident about your body and give your body the best butt ever, go to goodamerican.com/wild and use code WILD at checkout for $50 off your first pair. Again, that's WILD for $50 off your first pair at goodamerican.com/wild.
It's so funny
just
that Chris
wild.
Pratt had a big stardom moment before he was like kind of a heartthrob. You know what I mean?
If you look at like the first season of Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
it's a different human.
Thick Chris.
It's Thick Chris.
Thick
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. Can we go back to the IMDb real quick? I want to make sure that this is accurate. You're not rounding up. Am I seeing 410? Is that correct? Or are we looking at 49?
No, that is completely correct.
Okay.
410.
Okay.
410.
Well, does that put you in like what percentile do you think that puts you in as far as height goes?
Probably the teeny one.
Yeah.
I
The
actually asked my doctor. This is embarrassing. I probably shouldn't say this.
No, that's what the podcast
But
is
you
for.
know, let's just do it. So college is expensive,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
I did not come from any money, and I'm working 4 jobs while attending college.
Good for
and
you.
one of my girlfriends said, "Hey, Ro, you're so short. Like, are you a little person?" And it
You said?
got me thinking. Got me
Oh,
thinking.
no.
This is probably entirely not correct, but someone at one point told me that if you're under 5 foot, you're technically
think it's
categorized.
4'8".
Is it 4'8"?
Thought it was
But
4'8".
so someone at one
There's
point told me
a
that.
lot of information. So
I have a feeling
I
you
got set straight.
Okay, here we go. Set us straight. Set us straight.
Here's the deal.
For
guy.
anyone wondering.
Apparently, here's the deal. Because in the state of Washington, where I grew up in Seattle, there's financial aid for people who qualify with different disabilities. One of the disabilities applied to people of short stature who were little people at my college. So coming from no money, I'm trying to hustle. You know,
So you said dyslexic and
a hustler.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm there thinking, okay, let me go ask my doctor because I've been extremely petite my whole life and no one has ever told me I was a little person. So,
That's also a legit question, though.
right.
Yeah.
I was curious, so I went in and asked. And my doctor basically laughed me out of the office. She said, Ro, height is only one part of it. So part of it is height. I do think you have to be like 4'9" and under or 4'10". I can't remember, but I'm right on.
So you were slouch away.
I'm right. I'm bad posture away.
Right.
But she said it has to be coupled with a type of medical dwarfism.
I see.
Oh.
And there's different types. And she goes, you have none of those. You are completely
Well, I had a second opinion.
Yeah, and I said, well, are you sure? Can you run some tests? Can you help me out? Can you write me a note?
And how would I go about acquiring these things?
I'm college is expensive. Help me. And she goes, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this, but for lack of a better words, she said, you're basically the most petitest of the normies. I don't know how to...
Petitest of the normies.
I don't know how to tell you that, honey. And
Well,
I was like...
We actually say this about Jeremy all the time.
Dang
He's like the top end. He's the tallest point of normal tall.
You're insulting Mike.
How
You
tall
just-
are you 6'5" or 6'4"? 6'6"? How tall are you? 6'3"?
6'3".
6'3"?
In my head, you're taller than me.
In my head, you're taller than Jeremy. We'll have to do a measure afterwards. But so with Jeremy, he's 6'4", and so we always say he's the end of normal tall. Because any taller than like 6'4", it's like, okay, now you're like kind of like getting crazy tall.
Well,
I mean, that's pretty tall.
I mean,
tall.
I passed the average, person over the age of like 50. It's like, oh, you must play basketball. I was like, not in some time, ma'am. Not in some time.
So Jeremy is coming home with me to meet all my extended family next week, and all of my little Asian great aunts are about 4'9", 4'10".
my size.
Yes, they're your size. You would fit right in. You could just be in my family. Be part of my family.
I'm in.
Yeah.
You want to come with?
Yes.
I got an
You're
extra carry-on.
officially invited.
I'll get in. I'll fit. Actually.
Come on in. Listen, you get Moose. I'll bring Rosanna. It'll be great.
Two carry-ons.
Keep me in a little storage bin right in front of your feet.
Yeah, can you imagine like you walk in with Moose in a bag, I walk with her? They're both emotional support.
What if I started barking and just was like pretending I'm like a Shih Tzu, like just put my hair up in a little like.
We get to the front desk and someone's like, "I'm not having the time today. Just go.
Just go. Yeah, just go. Just go.
Let somebody else tell you no."
Don't have the patience today.
I just can't.
You got
ma'am.
this. You got this far. Fine.
Just board the plane.
I could see everyone being about 4'8".
Yeah, everyone's real short. And so anyways, I'm really looking forward to the family photo that we'll take where Jeremy is towering. Because like my dad is white. And so like he's 5'10". He's, pretty average. And so even like my white dad you are about 6 inches taller than. So it'll be a really fun family photo. I think you do is you lay across the front with the elbow underneath the head type of thing.
And you're
with
4 foot. Oh, on the ground?
On the ground. And then all of us little Asians can stand behind you and you can be because you'd probably run the length of all of us.
Okay.
At 6'4". So anyways, that's happening next week and we're very excited. So photos to come of the family photo of Jeremy towering over all of us little Asians.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for this photo.
What do you think the most awkward old question will be? Besides, when are you getting married?
They were,
90 times.
Everyone was born in Canada, so there's not going to be anything like racist. Like, I think as my Nana got older, she dropped the whole thing that, I should date a nice Asian man.
Oh, was that ever a thing?
Oh, there was one Asian guy that worked at our bank in our hometown, and my Nana would bring him. I didn't even know who this person was. I don't even think I lived.
Was he Japanese?
I have no idea.
Got it.
I never even met him. I didn't know who she was talking about. But she was like this nice. You know what? I think he was Japanese. This nice Japanese boy who works at the bank. She would be so good for you.
You can say hi to him. I'm from Thailand. Okay, cool.
Okay, thanks, Nana.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nana. What the fuck?
I'm half Vietnamese. Okay.
But yeah, I think there was a very short amount of time where my Nana thought that like I would be great with a little Asian man.
Okay. Well, there's still time. I'm on the chopping block every day. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so let's talk about YouTube. You've been on YouTube for 12 years now.
Was it Google Videos when you started, or was it YouTube?
Yeah. No.
Google Videos, yeah. Yeah, go to googlevideos.com/Rosanna.
Was it actually googlevideos.com?
Google Videos was the thing before YouTube.
What?
I think when Mike was making content, it might have been.
Chad Hurley.
And I started right after.
Look it up. It's Chad Hurley.
Who is Chad Hurley?
I can't believe you don't know this.
Oh,
I should
Yep.
know this.
I think am I being about to be schooled in the history of YouTube?
I feel like
So-
I'm in class and I should be taking
I would
notes.
go to the Wikipedia.
I know, Chad.
Yep.
Hurley.
Wiki. Yep.
Let me just take my mental notes. Mm-hmm.
And baby, want to give us a synopsis?
Mhm.
My
YouTube.
my
Hurley
vision.
founded YouTube in 2005 with Steve Chen and Jerry. I don't know that guy. Anyway, point is, YouTube was not a Google product. Google had Google videos. They looked at
Right.
YouTube and they said, we would like you. And
So this guy was the guy. Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, so YouTube videos, sorry, Google videos and YouTube existed at the same time, and
Yes.
then Google just bought YouTube and killed off YouTube videos.
well,
Fuck, I'm getting
it,
all
it
mixed up.
became the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
merged it all together.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
And
they
they-
paid.
I think I started after the merger.
Let's see.
I think
Your channel said 2010. Then when you created your channel.
and maybe I didn't.
They bought it for 1.65 billion.
Why do I feel like this is 100 years ago? I
know.
cannot
I
remember.
hadn't even graduated
to
high
save
school.
my life. I mean,
So anyway, that was a trip down memory lane. Okay, so back to you.
So
sorry,
actually,
I
I
have
feel like
such a terrible memory.
I don't even know the answer to this question. How did you who introduced you to YouTube, or who was the introduction to be like, oh, I should make a YouTube video?
That was Mike. 100%
Wow.
his fault because I was working on the traditional side of entertainment,
Right,
from
hand
different
model.
sets. And I was meeting really amazing people, like really kind,
Cool.
really great people on sets. I still today have a lot of friends who are producers and PAs, working on multiple different TV shows. And we've all kept in touch over the years. It's just amazing. And I was getting to know everyone. I was really comfortable. And I think, I don't really talk about this a lot, but I was working full time as a union entertainment person, like sometimes a stand-in, sometimes a background person, sometimes I had speaking lines. I was would get guest star roles where I wasn't famous. I'm not like an Angelina Jolie. But it's paying the bills. And I think that's what I don't really talk about a lot is I wasn't working also like part-time as a waitress or
Sure.
part-time doing anything else. I was working on sets full-time. That was my full-time job. And I had full medical benefits.
Oh,
I
fuck yeah.
was really happy and comfortable and really enjoying myself. I think what was lacking was I wasn't really creatively fulfilled. I felt like I kept bouncing around. Like I worked as a PA, I worked stand-in, hand double, anything anyone needed because I just really love making stuff. I love making television. I love making movies. I love making stuff. So I just wanted to be helpful in any way. Sometimes that was in front of the camera and sometimes that's behind the camera. And I really just was bouncing around and I felt like I just really wasn't finding a home. I was meeting good people who were like, referring me to other projects going on and it was going great. But I hit this kind of weird moment. And I've talked about this a couple times in an interview, but I had an agent. It was my first agent. And it was at the time where new media was emerging and there was old media or traditional media. And there was some tension. I think there was fear in the water. I think that they didn't really know what was going on. And my agent told me I had to choose.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Said,
little crossroad moment.
You have to either stop making YouTube videos or we're going to drop you.
Yeah.
And I begged with them. I was sitting at the table and I begged with them to see that, try to explain that YouTube is a wonderful tool. It's so amazing. The only commercial gig that I had booked that year was as a Sony commercial. And it was because the casting director's daughter was a fan of the silly content I was making on YouTube.
Right.
And I was trying to say, like, look how amazing this is. This is two things coming together. It's a tool. It's a great thing. And they said, yeah, we know, but we don't care.
Yep.
So I got a letter in the mail 2 weeks later. A letter.
They dropped you via
typed
letter?
Letter dropping me. And I think that's what finally made me switch over to YouTube full time.
Well, they didn't call you before?
A fucking letter?
I got a breakup letter in the mail via post.
And out of curiosity, do you have an agent now?
Yes.
Is it the same agency?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They're lost.
I
Yeah,
took a
fuck
break.
that.
I think I was really brokenhearted because
That's
at
cold.
the time, my agent was really the only person who believed in me.
Yeah.
I don't have one person in my family who works in entertainment. So even though they love me and want to support me, they don't know how to help.
Nope.
So this was the one person who was like, we believe in you. I got you. and them dropping me just kind of broke my heart.
Yeah.
And I took a break for a while from agents, and it kind of made my decision for me.
Yeah.
I was asked to, like, I was also a union dancer, a Cheerio cheerleader on the show Glee for 2 seasons.
Yep.
And
A Cheerio cheerleader? What does that mean? I'm not a Gleek. I don't
It's,
know what that means.
You know my buddy Titus
There's a-
Macon?
there's
He was
a-
an extra.
who?
Titus Macon? He was.
I probably
Yeah.
ran into him 100 times. I mean,
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Uh-huh.
A Cheerio cheerleader.
Yeah, there they are. Oh gosh, they're so cute. So I was in this uniform every day, pretty much like
That's an adorable
Monday through
uniform.
Friday, 9 to 5. Just
Also, I think that might have been
living.
just fit for your body type as well. That they might as well just stitched
Right.
on. Yeah.
Wow, that's adorable.
it was so much fun. I used to be a cheerleader in college.
Were you a
so-
flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're built
Did,
to be
you
a
guys-
flyer.
did you get like a small scholarship for that?
No,
I
I
thought
wish.
for sure you're
I
just stacking them
tried.
on. I figured, yeah.
I did have many scholarships. I applied for every scholarship under the sun,
Yeah.
and I did get a bunch of them. But actually, cheer was not one of them.
Wow.
Isn't it so funny though how things have shifted now where it's like the asset of when I think about models, how a lot of models won't get hired unless they have a social media following. And
Right.
same with like actors now. It's like it's almost required to have like that social media following because it brings so much if you have a built-in audience that comes with you when you book a role.
I
Oh,
feel
it's
like those
crazy.
former agents did not have the foresight.
No,
And-
Not at all.
There's one individual that I could think of, and now I think he's the biggest digital like agent in the world. And for the longest time, that guy was told, "You work in the reject department. Your department is not. Like, if we had a choice, you would not exist in this agency." And it was the one that started it, and he's still there.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he deserves that.
Yeah. Probably the same agency that you got kicked out of. I can't wait to ask that later. Yeah.
What I really love now is that it's all coming together. I feel like traditional and new media, digital media.
Well,
everyone's
now they have
got
crossover
platform-
agents.
They get
You
it.
literally have an agent for crossover.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You guys, this is incredible. I took a break from acting. I left it and then I focused on YouTube full time. I was asked to come back for season 3 for Glee
Cool.
to be a Cheerio cheerleader, and I didn't want to because I politely turned everyone down. Not that they care. I mean, it's such a small
Yeah, but when you say
thing.
no, that sometimes is like the last question, like then they don't call you again. So it's like, I feel like that's the struggle there.
Yeah, I just said it wasn't. I learned so much, and I thanked everyone. I don't even know if they got their cards, but I
You make
hand-
cards?
Yeah, I hand wrote.
No
thank
wonder you get
cards.
hired.
So cute.
Yeah.
I did thank you cards to everybody from like wardrobe department to the directors we worked with to everyone, and I sent Starbucks gift cards, and I just said thank you for teaching me everything I could have learned in 2 years because I learned so much about how television is made.
Yeah.
Glee was the top, like #1 television show.
Also, Ryan Murphy runs like a ship.
He's wonderful. He was so inspiring to watch. I learned so much about every department, what the sound guys are doing, what all the DPs are doing, how the camera works, how the lighting works. I learned so much over those 2 seasons. It was just invaluable. It was so wonderful. Like I wouldn't have traded it for the world. And I just think when I lost my agent, I didn't have that voice to represent me, and I didn't have that, and I wasn't sure that that was a space that I wanted to be in anymore.
Yeah.
And I backed away for a lot of reasons. There was professional reasons, and then there was personal reasons too.
Yeah.
So it just became kind of personally, kind of behind the scenes. There was a lot of stuff going on that set, and a lot's been posted, in the news. So it's about a lot of things. So it was just too much, and I think that was the right decision. So I just went into YouTube full time, and I've been rocking it, having fun. And then I'm so happy because this merger that's happening now is opening the door to do so many cool things that I've wanted to do and be a part of creating
Yeah.
for so long. Like I was nervous to go back to acting. I was like, it's been like a decade. I mean,
a
do
long
I
time.
even remember how to hit my marks, find the light, say my lines and mean them? I mean, do I even remember this? And I got to be a part of a YouTube original,
Escape the Night?
Escape the Night.
Well,
And
Escape
then
the Night, actually, we're
that
kind
was
of
so
still
much fun.
ourselves.
That was
it's like,
ourselves.
It's like dramatized version of yourself.
That was
What?
great. I got to be in season 3 and 4, and you were in season 1. I remember that.
No, I think it was season 2.
we had the big mansion. Wasn't that
They all
season
had
one?
big mansions.
No, mine had the big mansion.
I think
Oh
I think I was
gosh.
season 2 because I watched someone else's season. Like I definitely wasn't the first.
Oh, you were season 2?
Maybe I was season 2?
Lauren, I think you were season 1, but you were season 2?
I don't think I was season 1.
I watched your season.
I watched your season. I think there might have been a season before me because
This
I
is
definitely
Googleable.
wasn't.
Okay, I think also I have a terrible memory, so probably they were just inverse.
Yeah, but I feel like if you have a terrible memory, you can just remember the ones you do like, and the stuff you don't like, you just kind of forget. It's even better.
So yeah, I feel like full circle moment now too. It's like then you got offered Baketopia.
Baketopia, and my friend Jake Roper, he made a show called Could You Survive the Movies? I got 2
Yeah.
seasons, and I hadn't acted in a while, and he hired me. He was so sweet. He trusted me to play a villain in 2 very large episodes.
And you say
And
trusted
love it.
because I would not hire you as a villain.
I know me either.
I know.
Yeah.
I told him I really want to be a villain.
I bet it'd be fun.
And I dug deep.
We have to go watch this.
It won an Emmy.
So
Shut
you're
the fuck up.
an Emmy Award winning hand model.
I mean, so
She's multifaceted,
Yeah.
y'all.
We're like
it brought it all back. It was
1/4
one
the
of
way to an
those
EGOT.
happy moments. Can I tell you a little bit of shade?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of shade.
We love a little bit
Yeah.
of tea on the pod.
It's a little. So, Mike and I did a morning segment, and we're driving back home, and there's a billboard of Escape the Night.
Okay.
The billboard is directly above my former talent agency. Who dropped me because they said
like this.
YouTube is not going anywhere. You have to pick a lane. And I'm just looking at the building, and I pan up and I'm looking at the billboard
is karma.
over the building.
Oh.
And I said, Mike, pull over. And I've never done this. I have never in my life, I have never done this. And I just started crying, and I just took a picture, and I have a video of it. I have to show you. It was just this moment that made me go, you done good. Like, you listen to your instincts, you listen to your gut. And that's hard to do in entertainment. And it's really hard to do when everyone else around you is telling you that it's not the right choice,
Except for Mike.
except for Mike.
Except for
And
Mike.
guess who's still here?
Mike.
Mike. Yeah. Wait, so how long after you moved to LA and you were a full, like, how long between Broke Row gets to LA,
Broke Row.
full-time actor? How many years is that?
Gosh. I think it was a couple years, maybe
Oh, that's not bad though. To
Yeah.
be like
3 years. I really came in with a lot of passion and fire. I was doing acting classes, and I was taking every gig, saying yes to everything. And a lot of it was volunteer work in the very beginning. I was volunteering on a lot of indie films
Yeah.
just to gain experience.
Because
and
they're not SAG,
meet
so
people.
you can just go do it for free, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you can't
and-
do that on other sets, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was meeting a lot of people who were referring me to do other gigs, and I just dove in head first. I had a great acting coach, Steven Anderson. He was wonderful, and he gave me great advice. He just said, volunteer your time if you really want to be in the entertainment industry for the long haul.
Yeah.
You're not here for a quick fix. You're not here for, if you want this to be a long-term career, this is how I would advise you get started. And he just gave me great advice. And so that's what I did. In the beginning, I volunteered a lot of time. I was very broke. I was on the top ramen budget.
Yeah. I was going to say, how are you paying
That was my next question,
Like, if
yeah.
you're volunteering all the time, how are you buying ramen?
Yeah, so I've been working since I was legal to work. In
Okay.
in Washington, you could work if you were 15, if your parents permitted. Otherwise, it was
Oh.
16.
Yeah.
So I started waitressing at the age of 15, and my dad had really good money saving habits. So he taught me how to save 10% of my paycheck since the moment I was working. And so I had this little, rainy day fund.
little nest egg.
This little nest egg, which in LA does not go very far. So it's very expensive
the
here.
nest pebble in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to live with roommates. You have, but I had moments that I don't regret. I don't think I'm embarrassed by, but
Character building moments.
character
building.
There was moments where I was sleeping in my car.
Yeah.
So when I was working on sets and volunteering my time, I couldn't afford the gas to drive home.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sleep in my car overnight and shower on the studio sets.
Right.
But some people would have said, I can't afford to get there. And you said, well, I can't not do this.
Right. You're like, I can't afford to go home.
Get back.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. No,
Great.
that's
two very different mindsets.
That's a hustle. That's an absolute hustle.
I was like, I love this. I want to do this for the rest of my life. So how do I make this work? And I didn't know anyone in entertainment. So it was just a lot of hard work. It was a little embarrassing at times, but I've learned to be okay with that.
Yeah, that's like
It's embarrassing in the moment. And then you look back and you go, oh, got it.
that's some boss bitch attitude
doing
right
it.
there.
And I had a great Jeep, okay? I drove a great
Also, you're
big
small.
Jeep.
I was going to say,
out of
that's,
the room.
that's an average.
You're the ideal person to sleep in a car.
It was basically an apartment on wheels. So I
When
Yeah.
you're 4'10",
Yeah,
Yeah.
a Wrangler. That's like Mike and I in a conference room. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's like a studio apartment here in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, I and the security guards were really sweet. There was a few security guards who I met at the Paramount lot.
Yep.
Who
They
recognized me.
They probably don't like that you sleep there. That's not a thing that they
No.
permit. Yeah.
No,
Did they let you stay in though?
They did in the
That's-
parking
but
structure.
That's very
it's-
nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
They didn't
Yeah.
have to do that.
There's on lot and then off lot parking, both, for employees who are
Yeah.
working on set. But they noticed that I didn't leave. And I
Right.
said, well, my call time's in 5 hours anyways. And
Right.
by the time I drive home and whatever, and they said,
I live 3 hours away, so
I won't make it back in time.
yeah. So it's like
I feel like after we talked about Baketopia and Craftopia, you absolutely thrive being on set. Like I have never had a
Oh my
more
gosh.
energized version of
Love.
Rosanna Pansino
Really?
than when she is coming off the set of Baketopia.
I had so much fun. Lauren, I don't think you understand.
I don't think I do because I come off of like those 14, 15-hour days and I'm like, Jeremy, don't fucking say a word to me. Put me in the bathtub right now and put food in my mouth.
I
Don't
get
say a
it.
fucking word.
Exhausted, and I am beaming.
This bitch is beaming. I'm like, are you okay?
it's a drug for you. It's got to be right. It's got it unleashes something for sure.
I don't know what's wrong. It's this hoodie. I mean, this is it. This is Theater Kid.
Yep.
I could live on a set. All I need
As
is
you did. That's what
You give me a
yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
I'm a hippie. I will live on a set and
I give you a Jeep.
love it.
She decorated. She brought her dog. She
This
brought
next
her
portion
mic.
is brought to you by Jeep.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
I moved in. Okay, I'm only there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. I've brought in plants.
Oh.
My full coffee machine, all my food. I brought in art. I replaced the art in the trailer because I didn't like their art. I brought in the throw pillows. I brought my dog bed, their dog bowls, pictures of my whole family.
That's cute.
That's so cute. Literally, after
I
you told
moved
me
in.
that, I was like, I'm going to do this next time I have the opportunity because this is how. Okay, so in Sims, did you ever play Sims growing up?
Yes.
Okay, so like when.
Rosebud 17, was that the money cheat code?
Oh, hell
I was
yeah.
like,
Motherload, 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 motherload.
Hey, cheat code alert. Hey. Bleep that out.
But like, mansions, let's do this.
In Sims, if you put a plant in your Sims room, it helped boost their like environment and their overall mood or attitude. And so whenever I think about that, I think about Sims being like, fuck, I could have been a little more energized had I just put a plant in my trailer.
Wow.
Rookie mistake.
I feel like all the pros that I know that do like Set Life Forever have their little routine. No matter what size the room is, they have the things that they always like. They always
you
have.
have to, and we've talked
Yeah.
about this before, but like the hours of traditional media are
long.
nuts. It is just absolutely nuts. And I know that there's like a lot of people working to kind of regulate it because again, like with kids, it's like you have a very set amount of strict rules. But with adults, you could make those motherfuckers stay on set for a very, very long time.
Right.
It's like
Actually, when
a
the
little
overtime gets
alarming.
in.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
she sags. It's overtime. Woof.
yeah, but like you don't
No
have
money.
the option to be like, hey, I don't want to make overtime money. I'd rather just go home. Like you don't get the option to make that decision. They're just like, hey, when we make you stay 4 hours over for an 18-hour day, you will make more money, but you don't get to go home. And so it's a lot. And so I feel like you had the route to survival. You had it on lock.
I love being on set. There's just
What's your? Do you have a favorite TV movie experience?
all of them.
Got it.
I can't even tell you like the endorphins I get being on set.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's something about being around this controlled chaos. Like it's like a circus.
It is a
but
circus.
It has this kind of militant
And also like
system. So
Yes.
it's very organized.
Line producers and,
But
and just
it's-
people yelling at you. It's move, go. Like, oh, Okay, got it.
Also, I think
just
the
feel in the way.
element of like having producers and everyone's working towards the same goal, I think is like what makes it like
Down to the penny.
controlled chaos.
Yeah.
And it feels so bonding.
It is
Like,
bonding.
After we wrap a show, I just want to go party and chill with the crew. I want to go get drinks. I want to just, I can't explain it. It feels like summer camp where you go through all these experiences, you know, together in the grind to get this project made, like this like piece of art made, and then you just party hard and celebrate. Like we
Did you
done
do like
it.
live theater?
I did in high school.
Okay.
And
Wait,
I really
oh my God.
enjoyed
Did you know
it.
that Rosanna is like a highly skilled and trained
I
opera
did.
singer?
I did indeed.
You sing?
I used to.
Are we going to get a duet happening right here?
No.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
There's two, like, everybody's, no. Of course you sing opera too. Like, of all the genres. Like, what a very...
How does
that
that's the most
start?
unpopular
Yeah.
dead genre?
Who
And
is
of
like-
course, that's the one I'm doing.
Who was like, hey, you should try this?
You know what's really, it's funny is I tried to play instruments. My sister is really talented. My dad was really talented. My dad played tons of instruments. He had like 20 guitars. He played the ukulele. He
Wow.
did drums.
Wow.
He played accordion. He was really musical. He worked in aerospace during the day, but his hobby,
Boeing?
At
Well, imagine
Boeing.
being so
His passion
well-rounded
was music.
that you
He
work
loved it.
in aerospace and then music is your, like, that's like your left brained and right brained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
a
you're
great
right.
dad. He really chose a job that provided for the family. And he put kind of his own passions on pause to
Right.
take care of us. And I think that's what makes me work so hard, because I saw him put literally his love, like his passions, on pause to take care of his family. He was so selfless and so kind. And he exposed us to all different types of music. And my sister picked up instruments just like him. Like she plays the saxophone.
Wow.
She plays the I have to show you this picture. She has a huge sousaphone, like the biggest tuba.
Okay.
And she's the smallest person. She's my size. And she
And
was
she,
in
like-
marching band with this huge sousaphone, bigger
That's
than
what
her.
you picked?
Hang on.
Yes,
Hang on. What are we saying? Sousaphone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's humongous.
Huge.
It's
What the
fuck is
kinda
a
like
sousaphone?
It
it's kinda
wraps around you.
Yeah, wraps around.
Can I get
you.
a
It's so
photo
big,
reference
and
of the
it's
sousaphone?
It's humongous, like
Yeah,
that.
Is it in the tuba family?
Yes,
Yes.
it's huge.
It's in the
Look at
tuba
it. That's
family.
it, Lauren. Like that.
I can't imagine
That's my
little
sister.
Molly. Yeah, holding that thing.
We were just built like a French bulldog, like the dog I own. We're little and we have huge ribs, a lot of air. So it makes sense that I like to sing, but I tried to play instruments like her. She was so good. She was so good. And I tried to be like her and I couldn't. I tried everything and I just couldn't get it. Like it just wasn't registering. It just wasn't clicking. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, am I the only one in this family that's not musical?
That'd be so. That would be so sad.
What is going on? And then one day, my girlfriend encouraged me to join theater in high school for an art credit because I didn't think I was very artsy. So I
Well.
said, well, okay, performance arts. Let's just try this. I'll just read some monologues and be done
They'll
with
take
it.
anybody.
Yeah, they'll take anybody. I'll just try this. And we had to sing. Turns out I have pipes.
Yeah, there you go.
They're here. The instrument is here, just like a bagpipe. I don't understand. It just clicked. My body understood it. And I auditioned for a high school musical. They were putting on Grease. And I
Which is
auditioned.
an oddly inappropriate show for high school.
It's a very.
I had a moment of where my heart just like skipped
Yeah.
a beat when you were like, I was in High School Musical.
I heard that too.
And I was like, and
Oh,
then, yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. No.
No.
To
Not
clarify,
yet.
I was
Not yet,
I
not
was
yet.
not in that.
With your
No.
height, you could play that any day.
Yeah, seriously.
Tomorrow's fine.
Your youthful
Thank you.
look and your height, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are so welcome.
I just imagine if I got cosmetic surgery,
Oh, yeah.
I would be 15 years
Move
even
over,
younger.
Vanessa. We
Yeah.
have somebody else.
I could
love
play her younger sister if I had a lot of work done. But
Breaking free.
I had a blast. I auditioned for Rizzo
that. Okay.
because I thought she's Italian, she's feisty, fun. Okay, great. And they posted the call sheets of like who got the roles, and I just looked at Rizzo, and it's not me. And so I went home crying. And then my friend Micah was like, "Hey, why aren't you at practice?" rehearsals.
Did you not look at any of their roles?
No, I didn't look at anything. And this is a story not to sell yourself short, because I was just so laser focused. I was so.
Were you Sandy?
Yes.
The bitch was Sandy. I fucking knew it. I knew you were about to say Sandy. A bitch was
Blew
Sandy.
my mind. I got a role even bigger than I was even hoping for. And I think that was a really good lesson for me, because I really, if I didn't get Rizzo, I just thought I was nothing. I just didn't exist anymore.
And then you got Sandy and the art credit.
And crazy. And I had so much fun, and everyone was like, "Are you going to do something with theater afterwards?" And I said, "No, I'm going to college. I promised my dad that I would go to college, because since I was a baby in the crib, he's like, you're going to college."
And you didn't have a discussion around what you had to do in college, right? Like comms major's fine.
He said I could get a degree in basket making. He doesn't care. He just wanted me to have a degree in my back pocket.
Right.
To give me a leg up in the working world.
Is your dad my mom?
Yeah, I just right.
Yeah.
He was like, anything, you're going. And my dad sacrificed so much, and I saw him sacrifice so much that I would never disrespect that.
Yeah,
I didn't even really feel connected to going to college, but I went.
Where'd you go?
Because I went to PLU, Pacific Lutheran University. It was a small kind of private college near home. I wanted something smaller. I'm not Lutheran. I just wanted something smaller classes, smaller vibe.
I went to a Lutheran high school.
I said literally. I can't believe you said that. I was
No
like, oh my god, he went to a
way.
private Lutheran high school.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
Rockford Lutheran High School. There's like 19 of them.
What?
Yeah. No, very random. And I'm also not Lutheran.
Wait, I'm not Lutheran. Oh my God, that's so funny.
I remember when I first went and it registered to me, I was like, I'm not Lutheran. Weird.
I asked if that mattered. And
They don't care.
They said they don't care.
God loves everyone.
That's so
is the standard
nice.
Well,
response.
thank goodness,
Yeah.
because
So
he
nice.
just got a dyslexic at his school. We're bringing in the learning disabilities, and then we can brag about it later.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Just adding diversity to the roster.
The gifted kids.
You know what?
I can't. I'm crying. I'm so sorry. This is so funny. I know I was a pity acceptance.
No.
Yes, my SAT scores, I scored lower than a potato. I mean, it was awful. It was awful.
But you finished, right?
I did finish.
Whatever.
And I got half the answers wrong. I mean, so there's the
Sounds
math.
like you got just enough right.
Sounds like you got half the answers right.
I had to write a letter and say, I don't think my SAT scores reflected my ability as an academic.
And then puts a Starbucks gift card in there. And thank you for reading this letter.
Please accept me. Every other college has denied me.
So when I applied to university, I didn't have to write a single essay. That's
Everyone just gets into things in Canada.
not a common
Yeah.
thing. People, I hear about all this essay writing to get into programs. There was one specific school where my friend, it was a combination. She was going for kinesiology and business, so it was a weird combo for the really smart kids. And it was called the Ivy School of Business or whatever. I obviously did not apply. And so she is the only person that I know from my high school, and I'm sure there are more, but it was not common to have written an essay to get into
Every college makes you write an
university.
essay here.
And so I only remember this so vividly because it was called the Ivy School of Business with an E, I-V-E-Y,
yeah.
and she spelled the whole essay with I-V-Y. Still got in though because her grades were just absolutely insane. She was one of the smartest people. She single-handedly got me through grade 12 functions math class.
I always remember the colleges that made you write an essay with a specific topic that made you write a new one for that fucking
what
topic.
are they? So if you're going for, just say you're going for a science major, what do they want you to write a fucking essay on?
It's just to fucking show depth.
That is so dumb. That is so dumb because your ability to write about your biggest dreams and aspirations has nothing to do with if you're going to be good at dissecting a frog.
Listen, I agree, but I do think you can learn a lot more from somebody if you read a few paragraphs that they've written versus the way that they filled out, check, yes, no, why.
Literally, I was here are my report cards. I feel also in the States too, it's so big to do extracurricular activities.
Tons.
I had no extracurriculars.
Well, when you're, a white guy that played sports and wasn't that great at school and didn't really have a
Here we
lot
go.
of.
White boy
What
privilege.
sports did you play?
I played all poorly. Basketball, track, football, baseball.
All of them?
Oh yeah, I think it was like a single mom. So when she was working, it was like you're gonna have to figure out 3 hours here.
Right. Go find a sport that
Just
goes after
play
school.
things. Just do anything. Yeah, I did chess club at once. Yeah,
Cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, wasn't that cool at the time?
That's not as cool.
Yeah,
That's not as cool.
Until
I did the same thing, just tried to
do things.
all the activities
Yeah.
because I know that my grades were good because I was really studious, but my test taking abilities, I knew the SAT wasn't going to be great.
Oh, I don't
Because
think I did homework.
now they give you extra time if
Really?
you know you have a learning disability, truly, you're
As they should.
dyslexic
Yeah.
because the problem with dyslexia is that it's a disturbance of like processing,
Explain it to me.
Right.
Walk me. I don't really understand it.
reading and writing.
Mhm.
It's difficult to read and write.
Okay.
So this is why I'm a bad texter, and if I text you all emojis, that's why.
You're
Well,
a great
the
texter.
emoji probably was the biggest thing that ever happened to people with
I'm
dyslexia.
literally sending hieroglyphics of how I feel because that's easier than typing. So,
Send smoke signs.
Thank
And
you, Steve Apple,
Yeah.
for creating a new language.
and I think that's why I still enjoy calling people.
That makes
I
sense. Yeah, that
call
does make
my
a lot of sense.
girlfriends, and I know that they don't like calls.
Do you
I
use
know
voice
that
notes?
I should.
Yeah, voice notes are
I
are
should
convenient.
start to do
Yeah.
voice notes more, but
just
I
Siri
literally
to
just
text.
call because it's easier. It's so hard for me to read and write. It because it's slow.
Right.
I can do it, but by the time I read and process the information, hours have gone by.
Right.
I mean, that's why my sister and Mike, they help me with all the emails and correspondence
Yep.
because that's my bottleneck. It's really hard for me. That's it.
I read too fast, and I don't realize I'm not retaining it.
Oh, me
When
too.
I get to the bottom of the page.
Oh my God. When I read a
Always.
book, always, I like get to the
Yeah.
bottom of the page and I'm like, I didn't get any of
Yeah.
that. And I have to
What
go
is
back
that
again.
like?
But
It
you're-
just
the
you're
same
just-
thing. You're also
just-
not getting any information from it. You're just
Yeah,
you're,
okay.
you are literally reading words in your head very quickly, and then you get to the bottom and you go, "What the fuck did I
I didn't
just
retain,
read?"
it didn't stick.
That's
it
when
didn't stick
that's when
at
I first
all.
realized I
Okay.
was very ADD.
It's
'cause
like
I would
not
just,
as sticky.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Right.
right. For me, it's just even just one sentence. Reading it is slow.
Oh.
So
The processing is slow. You can
Hmm.
still get there. It just takes extra time. And when I was taking the SAT during that time, they didn't really recognize
yeah.
learning disabilities at the
Yep.
time. So I just tried to do the best I could
Life was
with what I
different a little
had.
bit ago.
Life was different. I
It
know.
was
Yeah.
awful. But
Yeah.
this is so weird is that I learned through a TED Talk. I was watching TED Talks on dyslexia, and dyslexics think in 3D. How do I explain this?
3D.
Also, in high school, it made sense. I was doing math, and a teacher was popping into another teacher's class and said, she needs to come into my class. And they were like, Ro can barely read.
Oh my God.
What do you teach an AP calculus class? Why would you want? And they said, I think Ro's dyslexic, and dyslexics think in 3D. I can't explain this very well, but
It shapes.
I got great grades, and I understood 3D calculus
Oh my God.
more than
What is 3D calculus?
you.
Oh wait, hold on.
it's-
Yeah. Many
so-
people with dyslexia often think in images as opposed to words, which is attributed to the unique activations in their brain. People with dyslexia are also most likely to form 3D spatial images in their minds than
Wow.
non-dyslexic people.
This is a fun
I think
fact.
I think
but
in 2D.
half of the people that work at NASA are dyslexic.
Wow.
1 out of every 2 people that work at NASA, I believe, are dyslexic, and MIT calls dyslexia the MIT disease. So
And how many people is it what percentage of people are dyslexic? Do you know in general?
I don't know, but I do know that a lot of the times when you go to a school that doesn't recognize learning disabilities, or I guess now they're saying it's not a learning disability, it's definitely like a neurological issue. So if I could explain it visually, here we go, guys. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
Visually?
Oh,
Right.
Should I close my
there's
eyes?
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's these, or wait, this
No,
will help.
visually.
This
Visually,
will
you
help.
would
This will
need to
help.
have.
Oh,
see the-
oh,
Okay,
oh.
okay. Here we go. So there's, imagine there's these little receptors
Okay.
in your cortex, I think, right in the front.
We're getting a live TED Talk right now.
Little receptors.
Antennas.
And just biologically, where they are positioned for a normal, I'll say atypical, a normal brain, they're at a certain distance. And this helps you with processing, especially with language, reading and writing information. Now, when people are on the spectrum like autistic, these tend to be closer positioned. It's a physical, they are physically closer, and the brain tends to be better at focusing on finite details, very detailed work.
Special interests.
And with dyslexics, they are just further out.
Oh,
They're
interesting.
physically further out, the receptors. So it makes processing everyday things like language more difficult, but you can see the bigger picture. I can't explain.
Oh, no, that does make sense. Yeah, if they're farther apart, you have like a wider perspective of all of it.
It's really weird because it's like, instead of seeing just the tree, you can see the entire forest. But you can also see the tree, but you see the whole forest. So
that's a great analogy.
People with dyslexia tend to flourish in careers of entertainment. They tend to be great directors. Steven Spielberg is dyslexic.
Really?
Architects.
I can see that 3D.
Right.
Well, because
imagery.
probably not just like focus on this. It's like the whole, like how it's going to fit into the whole picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Rocket science. Literally getting interested in calculus because calculus is 3D math. So while algebra and other things may like anything two-dimensional is a little bit confusing.
Albert Einstein was dyslexic.
If you jump into the 3D calculus, it just clicked for me. It was so easy.
And it was like this teacher
breathing.
just called that shit out. It was like, come with me.
Spotted it.
Wow.
From a mile away, just spotted it. Was like, hey, come into this class. So I did AP pre-calculus and AP calculus, and I was like a 4.0 student in those classes.
We would have been I could have written your essays. You could have done my calculus. This is the duo that I needed right here. This is the duo that I needed.
Put your two brains together.
We got one full brain.
Yep.
I should have got a math major now that I'm thinking about it. But it was difficult because like everyone was suggesting accounting to me, like as a
That's the
profession.
exact opposite.
That feels very linear.
Yeah.
I was saying I can do high level calculus math. Anything that's in 3D space, my brain understands.
Right.
It's easy. It's like breathing.
Accounting could not be less 3D.
I made so many mistakes. I would be the worst accountant in the world.
Yeah.
The processing was just not.
Asset, liability. Like, I don't know. Is it credited?
I had a tutor for all of accounting. I could not. I don't know what it is about like how the way my brain processes things. I would say I'm a pretty neurotypical brain. Outside of being an anxious mess. But for the most part, the way that I process information is, I think, pretty average. But accounting?
I like process pretty averagely.
Not great, but like not, it's fine. But like the way that I could not process accounting was like genuinely really frustrating because I'm usually like pretty average at everything, but accounting was one of those things that would not stay in my brain. Could not figure it out.
But now you figured out that those nails are something that your accountant does write-off with. Yeah, look at you. Look, it all comes full circle. Thanks, guys.
This is a question that we almost started talking about before we started recording, but I wanted to wait until now. Because you do so much baking content, has anyone ever asked you to do like mukbang, like eating on camera stuff?
Yes, I got a lot of requests to do this, and I did a couple. I did one with my sister when she was pregnant, and I did one with Mike for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And it was
What do we eat?
the best days of my life.
Yeah, got it.
I indulged.
Also,
I had so much fun.
getting paid to
ate
eat.
everything.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I mean, fun.
What an interesting genre of
Right?
content. I was just talking to my lash girl. Like we were chatting as she was doing my lashes, and she was saying that she watches mukbangs before she goes to sleep. And her boyfriend used to roast the shit out of her, being like, "What the fuck are you watching?" But now when he goes to sleep, he also wants to watch mukbangs. And so it's like a major
Who started the mukbang?
Koreans.
Uh-huh. I think that's correct. I think there was like live
That makes
streams?
sense to the mukbang thing.
Yeah. I think Korea started the mukbang, but it's a massive genre. So today I was actually going through my analytics on YouTube randomly, which I rarely do and should definitely do more often. But I was going through what other like search topics that my viewers are specifically looking for, and it was like room organization, very little DIY, which is very interesting. Love that for me and my whole entire brand. But one of the top things was like room organization and mukbangs. And I was like, should I be a mukbanger?
Yes.
Mukbanger?
A mukbanger?
Yes.
That's hot.
From my 2 experiences,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
I just feel like when I feel
Delicious, amazing.
The problem is the moment you get done, halfway through you get done eating, like you start to just kind of fall off a little bit.
I've done a mukbang with Josh Peck before, and he makes it very clear that you don't have to eat everything. He's like, you try a lot of everything. He's like, you don't have to eat everything.
I don't think I want to eat on camera. I think I would just look back at that and go, why do I eat so stupid?
I don't know if this is an Asian thing, but for whatever reason, I've learned to just cover my mouth every time I eat something. I think it's that I don't like the way my mouth moves when I eat, but I cover my mouth every single time.
I don't know if it's a stereotypical white guy thing, but I eat with my mouth out. They're just looking at everything. And the camera, especially with this many, like 4K, it would look ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I just like...
I don't need to know what I look like when I eat because I don't want to look like that.
I also don't want to know what it looks like. That's why I cover my mouth. I don't want.
all you got to do is just not watch it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I don't watch anything that I make.
We watched this. That's it.
Okay,
I
great.
watch before, like I watch my editor cuts my videos and I watch it once over to make sure like it's all good. And then once it goes up, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Unless someone's like, oh my God, like what happened here at 8:34? And I'm like, oh fuck, what did happen here at 8:34? And I'll go and like watch specifically.
I guess it's a little bit different for content creators because you're involved in the editing or final edit process.
Yeah.
But I'm so far removed that I haven't seen myself do anything in years, and I feel like that's great for my self-esteem.
That I think is
Also,
very healthy.
You've been doing this for 12 years?
Yeah.
You got a system.
I read somewhere.
I had to remove myself completely because I'm so slow. I'm just slow. That's just how I roll.
But you're on time.
Yeah, I'm slow and steady, like a marathon.
I would say punctual and on time, then very quick and
Thank you.
always late.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
It's true.
I try
You're
really
doing what
hard.
you can. You might be a little slow, but you're there on time.
You were here at 8:30 p.m. on the dot.
Maybe
even a few minutes early.
You know what?
A punctual queen.
I love to be punctual.
I also love to be punctual.
I love it. It makes me feel good.
Are you punctual,
Me too.
Mike? Okay.
Mike's pretty good.
That's how I know you're punctual. You said he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at it.
I feel
actually. Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mike's had to. He's my manager.
Right.
So it's a really fun, interesting dynamic.
That was my next question. So yeah, let's we're gonna circle back on that real quick. Finish your story, and then we're gonna come back to
The
this.
thing that I would suggest no one do, you guys have done for longer
So
than
many years.
longer than I've done any job ever.
I would say maybe we're an outlier.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest it like as a great but it just works so well. I need management.
As I think do most creators. I think having the right management is a really great fit. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so Mike's the one who encouraged me to start YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Started making content on YouTube, and I asked him if he would manage me. And initially he said no. He turned me down.
You were in a previous relationship at this time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does that have to do with anything?
I was in a relationship. He was in a relationship.
Yeah.
So our relationship wasn't romantic. It was just professional.
Right. No, but that's why I'm like, Mike.
Right,
what the
that's
fuck?
a
Why
good-
would you say no? Like she's like this. She wants
I'm
an
sorry.
as a manager.
Have you met talent? That's why. No.
Have you met talent? An
they're not-
opportunity.
Not all talent is Rosanna.
I'm offended on Rosanna's behalf that
Thank
Mike
you,
said no.
Lauren. I appreciate it because Mike was working with a bunch of gamers. He loves to
game.
Yeah, he loves to game. He loves to uplift people. That's just who he is at his core. And he's just he's like a blend of a talent and a manager. He can hold his own, but he also loves to help people. I think that's just what he's great at. And
How do you describe B? Because that's very sweet. Sorry, go ahead.
I just said, okay, well, if you're not going to manage me, because he said, I work with a lot of gamers. And you're not a gamer, you do baking. Like, what am I going to... I don't know
Fine.
anything
What am I gonna do
about
with this?
I don't know anything about this. And I said, well, it's kind of gaming adjacent. I'm making nerdy nummies. A lot of the treats that I'm making are from Mario, from Zelda, from
Oh my
StarCraft.
God, yeah. No,
from,
100% adjacent. I totally agree.
It's adjacent.
Yeah.
It's not fully out of your realm. And I said, you just know a lot about building business. You know so many things that I don't.
I'm mad at Manager Mike right now. What year are we in?
I'm not.
Yeah, Mike.
Got a little hard to get.
What year are we in right now where you said no? Is it 2010,
be my manager?
11?
Well, real quick, now he's your man and your manager, so let's just calm down. All right?
But I'm mad at past Manager Mike right now.
Now he's putting the man in manager.
Hey.
He was not doing that before. I definitely got denied.
Put the man in manager.
I think what sold him was I said, okay, if you're not going to be my manager, please give me 10 tips. Just 10 pieces of advice for my channel.
He got to 6. He's like,
And
I'll do it.
I will get out of your hair. So he gave me 10 suggestions that I should do.
Okay.
I did them overnight. Hustler, hardworking, hustler, dedicated. I was like, okay, I've integrated everything. I've changed everything. I changed my art. I changed everything.
How many subscribers do you think you're at this point?
Nothing. Zero.
Okay.
I'm at 10 subscribers. One's my mom. I'm,
spam accounts.
That's where I am. My sister, my mom, 3 spam accounts.
Your dad hadn't quite subscribed yet.
Hadn't subscribed yet. I got my uncle on board. I mean, we're
So the Pansino family is the clan of subscribers.
We're at nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I said, okay, I did the 10. What's 10 more? And he goes, I've never had talent who listened to me.
Oh my God.
I think I shocked him. He didn't know what to do. He was like, "What? I'm used to talent who I fight for years to make 2 adjustments. I'm not used to working with someone who's so coachable, who's so open, who's open to suggestion. Like, this is what?
See, you say you're slow, but to come around the next day and have it all done.
You're so right. Yeah.
Passionate. So it's the slow brain meets passion.
Got it.
So
Equals hustler.
Fire in the belly,
Gotcha.
right? It's the Irish in me. It's the fire in the belly meets my slow brain. And we meet in the middle. And that's where the magic happens.
Over a pint of Guinness.
Yep, over a pint of Guinness,
A bottle of wine,
a glass of rosé. We're all happy in there. And Mike eventually said yes.
Gave in.
He said,
Yeah.
I will manage you.
You're like on the 6th round of another 10 tips, 60 tips later. He's like, oh my fucking God, fine. I'll take a percentage of your earnings.
Yeah, I said, take it. I love you. And also, he didn't know anything about the traditional space. He was really well versed in the internet and
digital.
YouTube, digital space. But Mike was helping me review contracts and scripts for traditional. I was on a failed Nickelodeon pilot. I was on a bunch of things that Mike helped me navigate. It was really difficult. I was getting a lot of opportunities, and that's just how it is. You especially during pilot season, especially 10 years ago, pilot season, you'd be on 3 failed pilots.
Yeah.
And that was normal.
And pilot season's done now, right? They don't really do that anymore?
No, I still
It's
hear
your-
of
it's-
pilot season, but it's not what it used to be.
No, it's not. It's changed.
Yeah.
Because Netflix just buys everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's totally changed.
Yeah.
Also,
But back in the day,
do you want to
was-
define what pilot season
Oh,
is
yeah.
real quick? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a season where a bunch of scripts are greenlit to produce one
Meaning they get
season.
approved.
The pilot, usually a single episode or like almost like a mini series. And then those are submitted, and then it's like a sink or float situation with networks. They either do testing within like a test group, or they actually air it, and you get one pilot season. It's. I think a lot of traditional actors understand it's sink or fail.
Yeah.
And I've only gone through 2 seasons. Back in the day, I only went through 2 seasons of those.
Yep.
And I had a lot of failures, which is very normal.
Yeah, 90% of
Yeah,
shows fail.
there's so many. Yeah.
But I met so many wonderful people that I'm still in contact with today, still talk with. And it was just hard. It was hard. But Mike was great. He helped me through it. I had a manager at the time.
So, and real quick.
You're saying, hang on. Hang on.
And just for those at home following, you don't usually have 2 managers.
Yeah, so normally how this works is not. So it was a manager before. So was it between the agent and Mike?
There was an agent, a manager, and Mike. And the
Dream
agent
team.
dropped me.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The manager
We're finding nice words. We're
Yeah.
finding nice words.
Yeah,
we're
we're just-
finding nice words. Complimentary attributes about this person.
asked me to feed their cat.
Oh,
Um,
that's left field.
Not where I thought that was going whatsoever.
And was that
Okay,
was that in your contract?
first off, I love people. Okay, and everyone I work with, I become friends with. Like, I feel like it's because I treat my career like a marathon, and all the different projects that I'm working on. You know, people that I meet become my friends in real life,
Right.
and I have a big heart, so they're in there forever. It's not like they're going anywhere, but this was just there was no professionalism, and it was just all like, hey, I'm going out of town. Can you feed my cat? And I'm like, okay. And so I'm feeding his cat, and then I'm like, it was a hot mess.
So he was taking advantage of how kind you were.
I would also say just terrible advice. Just the instincts that my previous manager had were not great.
What's he doing
Would have
now?
put you into that dumpster.
What's he doing now?
I think he's retired in
Yeah.
a different
As he
state.
probably should be. Yeah. Yeah. Time to go.
And I really admired his dad. His dad ran a great management business and team, and I had signed on when his dad was running things, and then when his dad was no longer in the picture and he's running things, it just went to a hot mess. And Mike, who has never been a manager in traditional space,
Right.
went, what the heck are you doing? What is going on here? Why are you feeding his cat? Why are you bringing his other talent on a red carpet with you? Why are you revising a script for him? Like, what is
What?
going on here?
What are you running a small?
So Mike
Like,
came
operation
in
studio?
and
Right.
kind of cleaned up the situation. It sounds like.
Correct. Mike has a lot of common sense. He's a great business person. He's a great person in general. And he just went, what is all this nonsense?
I'm sure your manager at the time was like,
no.
hated that too.
Right, he's like, "Fuck, who's gonna feed my cat
Yeah.
now?"
You fire him, but
I have to get like
I
a
still-
pet sitter.
I still leave every couple of
Right,
weeks.
but
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
so the catnip, like,
Yeah.
what's our plan here?
What do we have? By the way, if I had
was
a
I
cat,
doing?
I
What
would
was I
feel
doing?
comfortable calling you to feed it, but I don't have a cat.
I would
Yeah.
100% trust you with my cat.
Just for the record,
Mm-hmm.
I would watch Moose in 1 second. I would puppy sit Moose in 1 second. That is
The highest
I
honor.
love dogs.
This is the highest honor.
Please,
Yeah.
please
Truly.
bring him over.
Oh, what's one more?
I really, right at this point, I love babysitting dogs, and I do it all the time. I babysat Cassie's dog from Blogilates.
Yep.
Sir George.
Sir
and
George.
I
Sir George.
Babysit Scarborough. Lily
Scarborough,
was
yes,
going to
yes.
an event, and she was like, "Hey,
You want Scarborough?
can I watch my dog?" I was like, "Yes, I can. Bring him over."
Did you get invited to this really cool thing? No. Cool.
No.
So you're not.
Don't
you have no
care.
plans? Great.
You want my dog?
I would rather be at home hanging out with the dogs.
I get it.
That's me because I feel like I'm 96 at heart. So please bring your dogs to me. I don't want. Wait. Okay. So I told the story about not wanting to take care of the cat, but. Please bring your dogs to me. If you're going on a vacation, my dogs would love to have a little play
Something
friend.
new to
They would
just
We
love
sniff.
this.
luckily have like a decent amount of friends in
No, I was
LA
gonna say,
who are dogless
our-
and are
Love.
so excited
Our
to have a
list
dog. Yeah.
Of people who, like, I think we've offended people by not calling them to watch Moose when we go
We
to
do
town.
have quite the list of people who
Yeah.
are.
Put me on the wait
Yeah,
list.
and by the way, I know a guy.
Put
If
me
you
on the
wanna-
wait
if you wanna move
list.
up. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I want to go back to something you said, and I heard a little rumor that you don't miss uploads.
Okay, no, hang on. We put a
Wow.
pin in
True.
that. We're
True.
coming back to Mike. We're
Wow.
still on Mike
Wow.
here.
Now we're on Mike.
Yeah, we're still on Mike.
Wow.
Because I
Mike.
want to talk about how you're like the ability for the two of you to have not only a healthy relationship, but also have a healthy business relationship too. That's an anomaly. Because how many years? has it been?
miracle.
It's a miracle. Because how many years have you done both sides of that?
This is insane, but I don't actually know how many years. I know for sure we've been officially dating for 10 years.
Oh my God.
Wow!
It may be 12.
At a certain point, they'll blend together for a
10
while.
to 12 years.
The problem is that I don't really know when we started dating. When we first met each other and started working together, it was completely professional. I was hooked up on another guy. I was completely enthralled by somebody else.
I'm sure that guy was Mr. Wonderful at the time.
Wonderful. And he was with somebody else. So our mindsets were just not romantic at all. It was just business. And
you were asking him
that's
for
why,
lists of things you could do.
I bet this is like one of the key elements though to having a successful, like obviously again, this is very difficult, but for you guys to have started as business partners first and then, because I think when you go the opposite route, and some people do, is like
Difficult.
they date first and then they add business into it.
So what we did?
So what we did basically,
Right, it's difficult.
is, well, also too, it's difficult because like when someone comes in as your manager, I think I've seen elements where there's a weird power dynamic there where the manager feels as if they're above, the quote unquote talent. But I feel like, what?
Or the talent feels like they're above the manager.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's like that's a weird vibe when you come in from the opposite direction. But I feel like the way you guys have done it has been really healthy.
Right. Yeah, it's been amazing. I don't know what we did, but I just feel really lucky because it's the first relationship. It's the longest relationship of my life, and it's so steady. It's just secure like a rock. It's
Safe,
great.
consistent. Yeah. I feel like, I think that's what a lot of people look for is like consistency and safety and feeling secure.
Right. And it really caught me off guard. I mean, I'll be really honest about that. We've kind of joked about it, but we worked together for a long time before it was romantic.
Yeah.
So when we first started working together, it was very professional. And then it developed into a respect and then a friendship. And then we started spending a lot of time together and we realized we really enjoyed each other's company. And it was like this mix of like friendship, but started to be a little bit more.
Was it 1932's love story? Like,
I know, it was so wholesome.
We just enjoyed
And
each
it was
other's
just-
company.
It was so slow.
That's healthy.
Perfect
though.
for me.
Got it.
And gradual that it didn't really have a start date. So
Got
that's
it.
why when
Right.
people are like, how many years have you been together? And I was like, well, officially it's over 10, but it might be 12.
Do people in your comments, because like I can
I don't
feel
know.
the velocity at which, because Jeremy and I will have been together 4 years, like in late fall.
Yeah.
And like the velocity that people, the intensity that people are like, when are you getting married? When are you having babies? When is the next step
I
happening?
haven't seen any of those comments.
I can't imagine how hard you get it at 10 to 12 months. Or
No,
months,
to be
years,
clear-
years.
Yeah.
90% of them are your mom on just different accounts. Just nailing the comments for
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Gail has
Yeah.
multiple burner accounts
Yeah.
fueling the fire. She
Yeah.
gets the
When are you
fans
getting married?
to rally.
She got bots.
Where's the ring?
Yeah, bot farm and
Gail
just,
got
yeah.
bots.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about time. It's my going to move on. I better mother bitches you would get married.
Because I want to circle back on this afterwards. And again, whatever you were going to talk about, we're going to come
so
back to this.
Funny. Are you?
It's happening.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
But-
I mean, I get it.
Because people must not come for you. That's not the right.
No,
that's
come
right.
for
The
you.
right. Sure,
Yeah.
come for you.
Yeah.
But they
Rude.
they demand the timeline of when things are going to happen. And I think also we've talked about this before too. And you've made content a little bit about this. We've talked about is like freezing your eggs, and like that is such a, I feel like, a topic that I would love to dive into a little bit, because I know like our audience too is majority between the ages of 21 to 35.
Yeah, all frat guys.
Perfect.
All frat guys,
There's
yes,
a-
of course, all
Perfect.
male.
There's about 16 guys listening to this podcast.
No, but I
Yeah.
think like as things, change, it's not like the world is just like not the way that it used to be 20 years ago when people were having
Right.
babies at 21 and that was the expectation. And
I
so
think,
like,
yeah, freezing your eggs is such a great idea because it takes the issue of time off the table.
Right.
And I think the dynamic between like men and women is that women have a time limit.
I feel like it's like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
And
It's a countdown.
It's
men-
literally a countdown clock.
Men don't. And when I was speaking to our doctor about it, she was saying that, as men age, yeah, they may gradually produce less sperm, but it's still healthy, 100% healthy. Whereas women have a time limit where I think it's after the age of 35, you are considered a geriatric pregnancy.
Oh my God, that makes me so stressed.
Statistically, every year, not only complications with birth, but higher percentage of issues with a healthy child. And so I think if you understand that basic dynamic, why women in general seem to be more in a hurry to start a relationship, start marriage, have kids, it is completely biological. It completely makes sense. It's understandable. And I wanted to eliminate that because I wanted to take my time. So I froze my eggs. And it's wonderful.
How many years ago?
It was a difficult process. It was more involved than I thought, but I don't regret it. And I would do it again in a second because it gives you time. Right? I feel like it gives you and your partner, you're more on the same timeline.
Right. It evens it out.
And it gives you that flexibility. Yeah. It gives you the same flexibility as a man does. And that's not something that we had as women, like prior.
Right.
I think that's
so perfectly put.
We don't understand it. To your point, like you feel like you're on like, what's the rush? I'm thinking, what's the rush? You're thinking my literal existence and body.
Yeah, my literal existence.
And not even conscious thought, but hormones are so powerful. Like your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone levels, hormones are extremely powerful.
Was that second word you said?
Progesterone.
Progesterone. They can override
his fucking face right now.
How you think, how you feel, how you behave.
Do you guys make up the word before this?
These are real, and what
it's different. It's different female hormones. So like, this might be more familiar. There's different types of birth controls, and different types of birth controls can be controlled. Can control your cycle through estrogen or progesterone.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, progesterone.
That looks like a spell from like Harry Potter.
Sure. It's the baby spell.
Progesterone.
It's the egg baby spell.
And I will say this, I will confirm this, but sometimes in movies and in entertainment, they kind of touch on this, but women in their mid-30s start to go through the hormonal cycle of, it's almost like a pre-menopause.
Got it.
And when that happens, you're kind of in, I don't want to say baby making mode, but you start to, you don't even think about it, but it's subconscious. It's your hormones. It's your biological clock saying you're running out of time.
Get it going.
And what it does is it amps up everything.
You're like a 16-year-old boy.
I mean, it is insane, you guys. I will say it's very fun, and I don't think we talk about it enough in media or just in general, but the best time in my life is mid-30s. Mid-30s.
No, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Ro is thriving.
You have the sex drive that you had in high school, but you're in a much better place.
I don't have to have sex in the backseat of a car?
Mentally, relationship-wise, like you've
the thread count of your sheets are much higher now.
True.
Yes, girl. I mean, let me just say, it is the best time of my life.
The mattress is off the ground. Yeah.
Yes.
It's been washed.
It honestly is the best time of my life, and I don't know why more people talk about this. This is like the best. I'm living.
You know what though? I think that makes sense because
great.
like you're comfortable. Like I think about now, like I have so many different factors of stress coming at me in all different directions on top of my biological ticking time clock, like ready to implode in my face. And I still feel like I'm in the building phase of my career as well too. So like sex is not at the top of my mind. You know what I mean? Like every single day, like I don't have any kind of like hormone change right now.
I'm an animal. I have a problem. I am not myself, you guys.
I think you're more of yourself.
I mean, I'm my high school self right now, which is, it's poor. I don't want to say poor Mike. He's having a great time. But like, literally.
Congratulations, Mike. You are the luckiest man in the world.
He just wants to masturbate once a week. Let me get to it. Please.
No, but it's true. Like
having a lot of fun.
Like if Jeremy, if I were to be like, I need sex every single day, you would be like, I don't have time.
I'd be like, Did you send me a calendar invite? Is this in the calendar?
I'll just schedule it. This is how it is in the mid-30s, and this is completely hormone driven, and I think that speaks to how it is for women, and I really want people to understand that, men and women, that it's biological, and I hope guys who watch really understand.
Well, we have about 6 men total who are watching. So
yeah, but like I feel like a lot of
understand.
women probably are wondering, or not even wondering, are thinking to themselves, okay, I'm not crazy.
Well, also too, I think a lot of, like, in general, society definitely like rewards and like collapse for men who like have a lot of sex, but for women, it's got a totally different double standard. And I think that's something that's like eventually going to shift and is shifting. But I mean, I think like talking about this and like having more conversations about this is always really helpful. So people don't feel, you know what I mean? So estranged to the situation that is now
The Brady
occurring.
Bunch did not cover mid-30s horniness.
Yeah,
No.
fucking Sesame Street did not
It's a
cover
real
it.
thing.
Well, maybe Bert doesn't need to get into that. Yeah. Feel weird today. Okay. Yeah.
It's my hormones, and it's totally natural and normal.
And so today we're talking about estrogen.
Was Big Bird a female?
No, Bert and Ernie. Are you thinking about
Big Bird.
wait.
Big Bird? No, Big
Yeah.
Bird's a boy,
Okay, got it.
I think. But Bert and Ernie have always had the narrative of being like gay besties.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
I just love how the latest Harry Potter, just Dumbledore was just
I love
Just
that
gay.
Dumbledore was gay.
yeah.
You know
I
what?
adorable.
just saw
It's adorable.
that.
That doesn't undo all of like the transphobic situation around J.K. Rowling, but I do love that Dumbledore is gay.
I just kind of wish that we could have seen Johnny Depp make out with that dude, but for sure, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
God, I love him. God, I'm at a dangerous phase.
Right.
You can't put me near handsome men.
I got to be honest. We should have had a completely separate podcast topic for Rosanna.
I
We didn't do-
honestly,
yeah.
you guys,
Gonna be honest, I prepared a smash or pass in terms of desserts of like which
Yes.
desserts we like. We should have done men. I don't know
Smash
what I was
Smash and
thinking.
dessert style. Chris Evans is
I don't
first.
know what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
we have
I
a
get it.
huge what is it called? A pass list
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hall pass.
for a hall pass.
Oh, who's your
it's
hall
usually, by the way,
pass?
it's usually not a long list.
It's huge.
Okay,
Okay,
got
so
it.
who are your
It's
top 3 on your
Anyone.
hall
No,
pass?
I'm just kidding. No,
Do they have a penis? Yes.
I get it.
I think what's unique about Mike and I is that we're so solid and secure with each other. Like, I love this guy. I want to grow old with him.
You're doing
And-
it currently.
After I lost my dad, it really changed my perspective
Yeah.
in life. And I just want to have as much fun as possible.
And you're saying that after 10 to 12 years, which
Yeah.
is longer than most marriages last.
Yeah, it's so true.
We're having so much fun, and we both have hall passes, and they're 100% greenlit. And
Pilot season.
what's I think unique about our relationship is we don't have any jealousy,
Yeah.
which I've had in the past. I think every relationship I've had in the past have had a lot of jealousy, a lot of insecurity. And I think the jealousy stems from insecurity.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's the root of it. Where with Mike, it's really interesting because our love grew so slowly, naturally, and gradually. Like the slowest, and it just got deeper and deeper and deeper in roots where we feel comfortable even having those conversations, which it's interesting to me because I've never been able to have those conversations with another human being and another relationship in my entire life. So I would say that's very unique.
What's
100%.
All right, what's the secret? What's your secret? Like, not for everybody, but what works for you?
Slow and steady.
Really?
That's been our whole relationship. It's kind of like slowly creeped up on me, like slowly rooted in me, slowly grown.
Do you guys have
was-
do you have to set aside specific time to have like date nights that are completely detached from work?
Yes. Mike. Hey, Mike. Date nights.
Why are you saying it like that? What does that mean?
She's like, date nights has become 7 nights a week
I
for
know,
the
I
last
was
3
gonna say,
years.
what does this mean?
So I've been so chill. Like we never had a first date because
Okay.
we were work partners.
Right.
So we're working together. We're on tour. We're traveling around the world. We're busy, busy, busy. And then we just kind of, one day it just kind of changed. It changed for him and it changed for me. And it happened at the same time, same page, which was, it just felt like a miracle. It wasn't something that either of us were, you know, he wasn't with someone anymore. I wasn't with someone anymore. And it like just changed. And then from there, it just was slow and steady, like this like vibe that just kept growing and growing and growing. I know this is really like,
were you
like
scared?
Hippie, but it's almost like a tree.
Right.
You know, it just
No, that makes sense. Like the deeper roots, you know, a stronger tree. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's honestly what it felt like, and then it doesn't feel scary because it's so slow.
It's not scary. Nervous.
Yeah,
Because you had something good before that was working. And if you introduce this, I don't think there's anything you could introduce that could mess it up faster than feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I'd be like, I would be nervous of that.
Right.
I'd probably still do it, but because I'm an idiot. But
But 12 years later, look at you guys go.
Right.
It's incredible. I don't even understand what the heck. God,
I think you're both very
10
lucky to have each other.
No, you did those 10 things.
Yeah, you did those 10 things, and then you did 10 more.
You weren't used to having anyone have 10 good ideas to give to you that weren't feed my cat.
That's true.
And he wasn't used to someone doing it. And now you're here.
We just had a lot of fun. And yeah, we just have a lot of fun. We're really productive. We have really good communication. I think another thing that we've learned over the years is how to argue.
Oh.
How to fight. Because every relationship has arguments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have those moments where you don't agree on something, or you have those moments where you have different opinions and they're about serious subjects. So I think we learned how to fight with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing, because every relationship you fight, if it's long term.
Short term, you still fight.
Yeah, totally.
And so learning how to do that respectfully is like the most important thing, because now when we have little disagreements, we can communicate really well.
Yeah.
I'll say, well, I feel this way. And he says, well, I feel this way. And then we go, I hear you. I hear you. I get what I get. I
can live with that.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but let's meet in the middle. And I think that's incredible. I've never had that with somebody else. I've never been able to. It's been so volatile.
Yeah.
You know, if someone feels a certain way and someone feels another way, there's no middle ground.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And even how you communicate and how you talk about it is just not mature.
Yep.
It's not like healthy.
Yeah.
It's like, I've even been in relationships. One of my last relationships that I was in, we never fought once.
Was it because you were avoiding having hard conversations though? Because I've been in that situation as well too, where you're like, oh, well, we never fight. And it's like this false pretense of having a really perfect relationship. But in reality, you're just avoiding having hard conversations.
He just had a really difficult career.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to ever be negative.
Yeah.
Or like.
Yeah, it's hard when someone's got a stressful day-to-day life. You don't want to be the reason why you add one more layer of stress onto them. I mean, even Jeremy.
So I bottled everything.
Yeah, right.
I think like small things, big things, I bottled everything. I think when I lost my dad, I think the one thing it opened my eyes to was don't sweat the small stuff. The small stuff in life really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really eye-opening. But what also it brought me to is like the big stuff, the big picture stuff. And I didn't even feel comfortable talking to like my ex about big picture stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was kind of like a red flag. Like if you can't talk to your partner in life about things that really deeply matter to you, honestly, like you can't bring that up because you don't even want to stress them out. You don't even want to, and you don't feel comfortable to do that. I think that's an issue. And Mike never made me feel that way. I think because we had so much professionalism in the beginning so much professionalism, so much respect. And then it grew into a friendship and then like a deep understanding of each other. And then it grew and blossomed into romance, which I've never had that happen before. That's the first time in my life I've ever had that transition. But that progression just felt so natural and like so real. I've never experienced anything like that. And I think that's what's really helped us is that we're really honest with each other, but really respectful of each other and how we communicate with each other. Like if something bothers me, I'll say, hey, Mike.
Hello, I'd like to raise my hand. And
I do. I literally go, hey, Mike. So do you remember when we were in this meeting?
Oh, God.
And this happened? This kind of made me feel this kind of way.
Okay, but I think it's so important to bring up small things like that because in the past, I feel like when those little moments get ignored, they bubble up and they bubble up and they bubble up and they explode into something bigger than you actually mean it to. Yeah. Because you've been holding in all these things and building resentment and eventually the volcano erupts. Right. And it might be like a situation of like the straw that breaks the camel's back when it's not actually something that matters. So then the person on the other side is like, oh my God, like all I did was this tiny little thing. Like, why are you freaking the fuck out? But in your mind, you're like, no, you did this, and the list goes on. And so,
and the response is, why didn't you say anything about those things?
Right. And then it's like, and you're like, fuck, well, why didn't I say something? But it's like, I think people are so scared of conflict when the communication skills aren't strong. Right. Something as small as bringing up a conversation, like when you did this, it made me feel like this, I think can feel very scary when your communication skills aren't, integrated in a way that are going to be healthy.
Yeah.
And you learned a new language to speak to somebody at some point. So you obviously value communication.
Yeah. What was interesting is that being a communication major,
me and my degree
from Pacific Lutheran University,
PLU,
what
go Lutes, woo woo,
go Lutes,
black and gold, hear it, black.
We were purple and
gold,
black.
I was blue and gold.
Oh hey!
Oh look at us!
Come on, Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Got some gold.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Our mascot was the Lutes.
What does that mean? What is that?
The essence and spirit of being a Lute. I don't know.
What character is a Lute?
We used to be the Knights, but they changed it to the Lute.
We were the Crusaders.
I don't know.
And if you look at history,
I like that. That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
look at history.
That's pretty badass.
Not what you want your private high school to be.
Oh, okay.
They just kind of went and just pillaged things.
I was Eggy the Ram. Eggy the Ram in university, and we were a bulldog in high school.
I like the bulldog.
The bulldog was pretty cute. He was cute. He was like the navy and gold. It was really cute colors. I wasn't a cheerleader. I can't touch my toes at all. But if I was a cheerleader, the cheerleaders had really cute outfits.
You would be an amazing cheerleader.
No.
I cannot bend my body 90 degrees. I would not be an amazing cheerleader.
But you could dance.
No.
I don't know if you've seen me.
You could dance.
No,
you could dance.
No.
I could teach you an 8 count.
No,
you can't tell me otherwise. I can teach you an 8 count.
America's best choreographers, Kai Hanagami, cannot teach me how to dance.
Fuck America. One of the
I
world's.
love him, by the way. But you know what? I can teach you how to 8 count.
No, I promise you cannot.
Girl, I can teach you how to 8 count. No.
You're insulting Kyle. He loves coming over here and watching you struggle through it till you kind of get it.
Yeah. No, he loves watching you struggle.
The last
incredible.
time you sent him a video of something you were doing, and he goes, okay, really good. Don't post that one.
No, it's just, I'm good at a lot of things. Dancing is not one of them, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Lauren, I disagree. We can get you to 8 count.
I honestly think there's a month's worth of just like back and forth content that you guys could do whenever you have a dry spell, which I know is not happening for you right now.
Yeah, so that's not.
I'm on fire.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with
ideas
me.
are flowing out of everywhere. Slowly, but a lot of them.
Hormones are on fire, you guys.
You didn't mention that.
I went to a specialist.
You said, am I too horny? And they said, no.
I went to my regular doctor, referred me to a specialist. I'm now seeing a specialist in LA. My testosterone levels are through the roof. Okay.
Is that normal testosterone too?
I'm almost hitting 200. Okay.
What's normal level? Like, what do you think I probably have?
Girl, I don't know. But I would say that last year I was at a 10.
Okay.
10, like
now
1 0.
I'm at a 200.
Dear
so
God, Mike.
That is blood. That is the blood testing. That is biology. That's stuff I don't control. That's nothing I'm controlling.
Right, that is literally Mother Nature being like, here's
every
your
16-year-old boy.
hormone.
Listen, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I needed to do it 7 times a day. I don't know.
It's insane, you guys. I got a problem.
Well, fortunately,
no, it's like not.
No. Fortunately, you have a solution. His name's Mike. It's right here. It's all good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Mike's having the best years of our relationship, which is wonderful.
Self-proclaimed.
Like, when you think like 10, 12 years in, and now we're having like the highlights.
Yeah. No, I love that for you guys. It's incredible.
It's really wonderful. I'm like blushing because it's what? I didn't expect it.
No, but I feel like this is so, like, I love hearing this. Like, because it's like, not that, I'm going to be 29 this year.
Okay, wait till you're mid-30s, girl. You're going to have a great time.
No, but like, it gives you something to look forward to. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everyone makes it seem so, like, I don't know, not that, like, it seems, my future seems bleak, but again, like, this whole, this
girl,
whole, like,
just wait till those mid-30s
phase.
I think that's why they came up with the term a cougar.
Oh, that does make sense.
I think when
are you the cougar?
I am a cougar right now. I'm a cougar in heat.
Are you older than Mike?
I'm a cougar in heat.
No. You need like 10 more years.
I'm a wild animal.
At least 10 more years.
I may not look like it, but biologically, I'm just like, row. I don't know who I am anymore. I feel like I'm literally 15, 16 in high school. I'm a problem, that it's they don't talk about this a lot. I think they make a few jokes about it in entertainment, but they don't talk about how your hormone levels literally go from I'm a 10.
A 10?
You're 20x'd.
A 10 in testosterone, because women have estrogen,
progesterone,
and
that one.
testosterone. You need all three.
What do we have?
To function?
Testosterone.
Just one?
Yeah.
You only have one?
That's your dominant. You might have others,
Right.
but testosterone is the dominant.
Got it.
But for women, you need all three to function properly. But when you hit a certain miracle age at mid-30s,
If you had a podcast, you would have so many brands lining up for you.
Hit that mark, and I'm out of control. I'm out of control. And I wish that they would just talk about it more. People would talk about it.
You gotta normalize it. Yeah.
Because it is something to look forward to.
No,
If you're in your 20s and you're like, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling young, feeling fabulous, great. And then you hit your 30s and you're like, maybe I'm getting older. It feels amazing. Okay, I feel younger. I feel like I was in high school. So it doesn't even, in my brain, I feel like I'm 15. I don't even get it. You know what I mean?
I want to bottle that up.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
This is a whole thing.
I love looking forward to this because I think like at 29 this year, I feel like the strongest thought that I have is like the looming idea that like I have to either freeze eggs or have kids before 35 because literally geriatric pregnancy, that's what they call it. And that's like common knowledge, geriatric pregnancy. Like that's such a scary thought. So like thinking about the way that you've kind of like changed the narrative of like freezing the eggs and like evening out the mindsets and perspectives is like so comforting to hear, I think. And then hearing about this sounds super fun. Babe, cougar. I'm not older than you, but cougar.
Froze my eggs in my young 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And when I froze my eggs, extremely fertile, and I still am now. But statistically, they're saying it's a geriatric pregnancy now.
That is such a harsh word. I wish they wouldn't use the word geriatric.
But it's not just science and math. Everyone is an individual, and there's genetics.
And
a lot of other outliers involved. But the main thing is that froze my eggs before we hit that point. So the eggs are younger. But when I was going to go see the specialist, Mike, what they say to me? Right. Okay.
24 eggs, and they were all A+ is what they said.
So the specialist,
Mike just said there was one that was A-.
There's always a bad egg.
But we're not going to talk about the bad egg.
Mike was saying at the time we went in as a couple, I froze my eggs, and she was saying that I was extremely fertile, and that's the time to do it. You want to do it. I think the younger the better. And we got a ton of eggs. 24
You could have a farm of
healthy
children.
eggs.
Yeah, it's a whole football team.
They were all A+ except for one.
We're not going to talk about that.
There's that one.
So, you know, a rounding error.
One bad
A
egg.
rounding error.
A-.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was still happy to get an A- in high school and
Me
and
too.
university.
A-. I would have been thrilled.
A-, that's what I'm
A
saying.
is
That's
great.
a good egg.
Yeah.
C's get degrees is what my
That's right.
philosophy. So, you give me some A's, I'm like, all
Actually,
right, we're fine here.
Push comes to shove, I wouldn't.
We're
I wouldn't-
doing good.
I wouldn't be afraid of that A-.
Me either. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Honestly, might have a little more character.
How many months did you do hormone shots leading up to that? Because I know that it was a long it's way longer. Because you're my first friend who's ever froze eggs before.
Okay,
and
so
I remember you
here's-
saying,
Here's the deal: is it's more invasive than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought, for lack of better words, that you just go in, you do some shots, and then you extract some eggs.
same. I thought it'd just be like one of those
Easy.
claw games, like just like shloop.
You don't
Right.
just into the cup and then you hand
I
it to
just
somebody.
thought
Shut
it
up.
was
Shut up.
very medical, easy, just very, not so much.
Yeah.
So I would do it again. I don't regret doing it, but it was more, I think the right word is invasive
Yeah.
than I thought. So what happens is I had to go on an oral hormonal pill for a couple weeks before.
What is weeks?
No, just wait.
Oh.
And then once that happened, then I had to start injecting the medications. You inject the medications at home. So it's a lot of shots a day. I think it was 3 or 4 shots a day. One of them, the kitty cat, the M cat, that was a stinger.
Oh.
The needle size was large, which you can inject quickly.
Yeah.
But the pain was higher.
The puncture, yeah.
I would have rather had a smaller needle and gone slower.
Can you do
Yeah,
it? Is that an
yeah.
option?
Not really.
Okay.
No,
Oh
you
my
get what you
God.
get. So
And so you have to do this
you
at
took
home.
these back.
Yeah.
I could actually would like smaller needles in these.
Yeah,
Can I get a
you
couple
do
of
these
different
at home.
assortment? Yeah.
Some women would prefer their partners to do it.
Yeah.
I did it myself, and I had my film it.
Like the YouTubers we are, baby.
I was like literally never intending to upload this footage. I was going to keep it as like a home video.
Yeah.
My
Show
dad,
your kid one day. Look, this is
Yeah,
you.
this
coming
is
out.
how
Yeah.
this is how you were. You came to be.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a home
Here's
video.
your
but
origin
Yeah, the
story.
Immaculate Conception hurt.
I finally decided, I'm gonna upload it because I thought it was educational. I
Yeah.
thought it would
No, it is.
help
Yeah,
people,
100%.
other people going through or considering the process. So you would do 3 injections every day, and you're supposed to do that for 2 weeks straight. You could do it in your tummy or your thigh.
Ooh, which one's better?
For me, I started with the tummy,
Oh god.
ended with the thigh.
Yeah, thigh.
Love the thigh.
Thigh.
My
Big thigh
left,
fan.
My left leg thigh, that's the spot.
Yeah.
I just like numb. I could just stab right in there and go really quick and not feel anything. I felt great.
I don't think I could give myself a shot.
It's difficult because you have to put the shot the needle all the way in. It's pretty deep.
Nope.
So having a little bit of fat, a little bit of a muffin top is wonderful. So I actually put on a little bit of weight to be more comfortable.
I've been preparing to do this as well. I just yeah.
The needles were big. They were pretty long as well. I was a little intimidated. So I put on a little bit of weight just for this. So I would squeeze it and just boom, boom, and get through it. What happened was we were supposed to extract the eggs after 2 weeks of doing this. Same process as IVF. It's the same process where you're injecting medication every day. It's painful. You get bruises. I mean, it's painful. And then my hormone levels had gone way too high.
Ooh.
Oh.
So they put me on another medication to lower them. And this is why I missed one of my best friend's weddings. And I'm so sad about it. the surgery was scheduled for 2 weeks prior, but it got delayed because my hormone levels went too high. We had to start injecting a different medication to bring them down.
Yeah.
Oh, to balance it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just more shots. It was more painful. They really stung. There was a few of them that really hurt.
Yeah.
The actual medication hurt. Just you could feel it. But when we were ready, we extracted the eggs. We got a ton of healthy eggs. Another thing is that your belly will protrude like you're pregnant.
Really?
You will look 4 months pregnant. And what you have to do is you can't wear tight pants. You can't wear tight jeans. You have to wear like a loose summer dress, just like when you're pregnant, because there's no placenta. Your body isn't producing an organ, the placenta, to protect baby. You're just producing larger eggs. So your ovaries are, some of these eggs are like, they're getting to the size of like baseballs.
Damn.
During this process.
What?
So what I think I would just tell women to understand is that your belly's going to protrude, and you have to be very gentle because these eggs have no protection around them. There's no placenta. They're basically like, think of them as very delicate grapes. So you don't want to squish them to damage them. You don't want any tight pants. You also for exercise, no exercise. You want to do gentle walks only. Be very gentle. And I mean, I was out to here. It looked like I was 4 months pregnant. That's what it looks like when you're going through the process. And you have to be very gentle because those eggs have no protection. So you just want to be very, because you don't want to go through all this.
And then do it again.
Totally do
damage
it again.
all the eggs and have to go through this again.
Yeah.
It's very painful.
Yeah.
So I was very careful, very,
Yeah.
but it looked like I was pregnant. I mean, you got to take a minute.
2 weeks, then you couldn't do it, and then another 2 weeks, or what?
Yeah.
So is it typically?
And you cannot be intimate. Because the medication that you're on. So what happens is that every month, every woman produces a certain amount of follicles. Mm-hmm. These follicles
Following so
can
far.
then turn into eggs, right? So every woman's different. For someone who's maybe less fertile, maybe they're producing 2 to 6 follicles. For someone who's more fertile, what? Okay, so we did. Yeah, we did with ultrasounds every other day. That's the other thing that I would say is a little bit more. I thought you could just go about your schedule. You can't. You can't travel.
Your life's on hold.
You've got to go to the doctor every other day.
Wow.
And every other day they take your blood. So you're getting poked by needles to take your blood. And then you're getting an ultrasound to see where those eggs are at because they want to extract at the perfect moment. They want to extract.
Okay, so it could be before, it could be after. You have to kind of be ready.
You got to be ready. So it's very involved. You got to stay close to home. You got to be there for a month.
And also,
it's
someone who doesn't have a lot of
involved.
sick leave or like days off, not sure what they're going to do.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's way more involved than I thought.
Yeah.
Than I initially thought. And then, oh God.
Boys have it so fucking lucky.
The follicles. So I produced naturally 13, a baker's dozen. Perfect.
Wow, that is so fitting.
Mm-hmm.
So they adjust the medication to then they double it. So I got about 24 healthy eggs at the end of it. But if you're only producing 2 follicles a month,
4.
they would probably amplify the medication so that you can do more. But if you're producing a baker's dozen, they would reduce it because that's already a lot.
Yeah.
And what they do is, and then the eggs are growing larger, physically larger so that they can physically extract them.
Yep. They're not usually that big, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. So it's natural meets unnatural, right?
Welcome to science, modern day science.
I literally thought I was going to make this wedding, you guys. I thought, you know what? I have a surgery the day before. I'm just going to extract those eggs and I'm just going to drive down there. I'm going to be just fine. I was out of my mind on medication, and there's no way. So everyone was so sweet. They FaceTimed me so I could feel like
yeah,
I was
you were
being
there.
there.
Yeah.
But I was just crying like, oh, I couldn't fit my dress. I mean, it was a hot
Hormones
mess.
are
Flowing.
They're heavy. I'm just bawling like, God. But luckily, we've got 24 healthy eggs extracted.
Well, 23 and
23 and then that A minus.
Yeah.
Watch, the A minus is going to be the superstar.
We have a 20,
Right.
23 and an artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
A
now I
genius.
have that peace of mind.
Yeah.
And I have that sensibility where I don't feel as rushed. I
Yeah.
feel like we can start a family when we're ready.
Yep.
And a lot of tries.
Not when my biological clock is done.
Yeah.
Like we can do it whenever.
I didn't know it was a 2 or 4 week process. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That part's the most surprising to me.
It can be quick.
Okay.
If you are ending your period right away, you can start this process very quickly. If you're anywhere in between, then it's going to extend the time period. And if you're like me, I was only supposed to be on the medication for 2 weeks, but because my hormone levels rise too quickly,
you have 160 eggs.
had to do another a week to reduce them.
Okay.
Because you can't be physically intimate during that time because then I might be giving birth to 24 babies.
Oh. Not what I thought you were going to say. But wow,
Right.
this has been wildly educational. No,
Right.
thank you so much for sharing. This has been...
I think that's the most important thing is
Yeah.
that like a lot of women would start the process and not be intimate and it's dangerous
Right.
for not only your health.
You didn't want to have kids
but
now.
the baby.
But now you're
right,
pregnant
so you
with
want to have
17.
24 of
Yeah.
them?
Right. It can be so that's something to take very serious during that time period. I
Wow.
think that's really important to just put out there. Mike's down for kids, but I don't know.
We don't want 24 of them. That's a lot.
Mike, what's your limit?
Mike said Rose's number keeps going up.
I'm not in the right state of mind, you guys. So just for the record, on the record, if you're listening to this, my hormones are going crazy.
So that means you want 24 kids, all 24.
Right. If you asked me 5 years ago how many children I'd want, I'd
Right.
say 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It's a normal answer.
But
right. Right now, I am not in the right mindset.
10 or 12.
My hormones, my testosterone level is so high. We're reaching 200, which is very high, you guys. I am like, let's have 100 babies.
Maybe I should go give some more eggs.
Yeah, I'm not in the right frame of mind. So this is not a sane person.
But I wonder how many kids you'd get through before you'd realize, okay, that's enough kids.
All
Yeah.
24. All 24.
Okay, got
All
it.
24.
I
Okay.
mean, probably all 24 at the same time. I'd just be like,
We're coming up on 2 hours of this pod, which
Oh
is
my gosh, I'm so sorry.
incredible. No, this is incredible. Are you kidding me? This has been so fun. We haven't had a guest in so long, and
I'm
so
gonna
we're
stack
so
this thing with 94 ads. What are you
I
kidding?
mean, this is amazing.
We got a family of 24 kids to feed. It'll be
And
great.
so to end the pod, we put together a super quick rapid fire of smash or pass, which we should have now, I'm realizing now should have been men, but it's desserts. It's desserts. So smash as in I would like to
oh my
smash my
gosh,
face.
I'm going to be
and
smash everything. I mean, I'm an animal right now.
Okay.
Like,
We'll
see about that.
Do you eat everything?
everything.
Yeah, I feel
Really?
like you've got a sweet
Yeah.
tooth.
You don't have a thing that's like, oh, not that.
I have no allergies. I have nothing.
Wow.
Same.
I am an animal.
Wow. Okay,
Okay.
Jeremy. Also, I'd like this to be a team participation as
go
well
ahead.
too. Okay. All right,
Yes,
Devin, give us
okay.
our first smash or pass.
Here we go.
Okay.
We're starting off easy, okay?
Carrot cake.
She's like, bitch.
I'm about to order some now.
This is my mom's favorite dessert.
That's your mom's fave.
and it's delicious.
I love a carrot cake.
Love
Yes.
carrot cake.
So that's a smash.
That's a
Yes.
smash. That's a
Smash.
smash.
That's smash.
Yeah, that's an absolute
All right.
smash.
Oh.
Pistachio cream pie.
Not something I've ever seen before in the flesh.
Very unique, but I'd eat it.
I wouldn't order it, but I would eat it. I would eat a bite from somebody else's plate. Absolutely.
I gonna be honest, I don't know what pistachio tastes like. I'm allergic to almonds and any kind of nut.
You don't know what pistachio tastes like?
No, what does it taste like? I know that it's so when I worked at an ice cream shop, I know that pistachio ice cream is green, and so I always was like interested in trying it, but there were just so many other flavors that I could eat when I was there.
Pistachios. Ice cream is not the version of pistachio I would start with.
Okay, I'm gonna say smash in the essence of adventure.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, what a Jello fruit cake.
She seems excited.
Even on hormones, you guys, I don't know if I could do
No.
this.
Yeah.
This is so like 1950s.
Yeah. It jiggles.
I don't know. Girl, oh, geez. Okay, I do like all the fruit in there.
The fruit does look pretty nice.
If it's jam-packed with all that fruit,
I know.
I'd say smash.
Smash.
But if it had less fruit, that's a pass.
No. When the dish is also the centerpiece, I'm out.
Oh, I'm in. Smash. Smash.
Pass.
Wow.
Oh.
Whoopie pie. Smash.
Oh, smash. Yes.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
No brainer.
Yes.
Melt my
No
mouth.
brainer.
Melt my mouth right down to my tummy. I love this. Yes. Oh my gosh, a nougat.
What's a nougat?
Why does that look like
Oh
so
my god,
weird?
nougat! They
They're
got
so
in a
dry,
lot of
aren't
candy
they?
bars. They put them in like Snickers and stuff. They have a
Right.
little bit of nougat.
Yeah, what is that? This doesn't look like what's inside of Snickers bars, though,
It's
right?
a lot of sugar, girl. It's just a lot of sugar and corn syrup.
Okay, well, I love sugar and corn
I
syrup.
love those
so
two things.
smash.
I mean, they're delicious.
Listen,
it's
I'll give it.
delicious.
I'll give it a run. Yeah,
okay,
smash it.
smash.
I'll take it.
Oh, smash.
Cannolis, hello, Italian. Yes, I'll
yeah, that's
inhale
right.
these.
Yeah,
I would-
you came at the womb eating a cannoli.
I would literally push Lauren to the side of the road so that I could get to a cannoli.
I've eaten 20 of them,
I
and now
love it.
I'm 20 pounds heavier.
I love it.
Love it.
I don't know if I know they're huge in Boston, but having grown up on these, I never got to liking these. The filling is just so weird.
What is
No.
the feeling of a
don't
cannoli?
like the
Don't care,
creamy
man.
filling?
It's not creamy though. It's almost like mayo-y to me.
Oh.
Like it's weird.
What kind of cannolis are you eating, Devin?
Okay,
The best of the best in Boston.
The city of Boston just rolls their eyes at you.
No, Boston, maybe they're going too hard because
Yeah, they're
in,
just doing too much.
in Italy and Rome, they're a little lighter, a little fluffier.
light, fluffy.
Yeah, I don't want to say whipped cream, but it's a little, the
Whipped
cream's a little,
cream.
they're a
Whipped
little,
cream.
they're a little, I don't know.
No.
Oh,
Meringue.
meringue. Oh, melt on your tongue.
No.
These are like,
It's just sugar.
it's 50-50.
Yeah.
If they've got a little bit of flavor, I'll go for it. But the texture of meringues is so weird because it's like
I
crunchy but then soft. I'm
love
confused by
the
them.
texture.
No.
I love meringue.
There's no reason anyone under the age of 80 is eating meringue.
It's
If
me.
I-
It's me
if-
with my meringue and my circus peanuts.
Yeah,
Oh,
girl.
Circus. You know she's talking about circus peanuts? Like
I love circus peanuts.
You
Oh,
like-
yum.
The orange
Yeah.
ones.
You are an animal. Next.
Yeah. If they got a lemon meringue, I'm
Ooh.
in. Chiffon cake, that's date night. Yes. Okay. That is amazing.
What's in chiffon cake?
I'm pregnant. That's a pregnancy.
That's a baby
right
making
there.
dessert
That's
right
a
there?
Baby making dessert
Just
right
off
there.
the looks alone, I'm smashing.
Let me just tell you right
Yeah,
now.
what is a chiffon cake?
If you're ever at a restaurant,
Uh-huh.
and they got a chiffon cake,
Yeah.
order it.
Why?
What's in it? What is it made of?
It is made with love.
Oh, okay, but how do I?
Okay.
Any restaurant?
Yeah. Any
Because
restaurant.
if they put
Who
the chiffon
cares?
cake on the menu,
Chiffon.
Chiffon cake is a mix of a regular cake batter
Uh-huh.
and a meringue.
Oh, so it's lighter. Oh, fuck. I'm in.
And so
Yeah,
then they
say
fold
less.
them together.
Yes. Yes.
So meringues they're temperamental, made with whipped egg whites. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. I mean,
Love.
that's love.
Yeah.
That is like
That's love.
That's like a chef working overtime.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like getting that meringue. And then you get the meringue, you get your cake batter, and you gently fold them together.
Fold.
That's a chiffon cake. It is made with love. It's a time and effort. That is not a lazy bake. Okay, that's not like a lazy bake chocolate cake. That takes time and effort. That is a chef's nightmare. That takes forever in the kitchen.
so you want
And
us to order that chef's nightmare?
there's ever a chiffon cake on the menu.
You get it.
You get
I
it.
order it, and if it's got a Swiss buttercream,
Oh.
we're done.
A Swiss buttercream.
A Swiss
Date
buttercream is the best
night,
buttercream
baby.
ever made.
Mike, you'll never make it home tonight.
I gotta say that an American buttercream is good, but it's lazy.
Really?
An American buttercream is lazy. A Swiss buttercream is literally whipped together over a double broiler, over the heat, usually hand whipped, 8 minutes. Just and here's the difference. Both have the same ingredients.
Okay.
Powdered sugar, got the butter, same ingredients, but the way it's prepared is so different. So much effort over here on the Swiss side, so much effort that it melts in your mouth. The texture is like whipped cream, like a soft whipped cream, just like melting in your mouth versus a thick, lazy buttercream. Thick, but it tastes like butter.
Which is fine.
I love a lazy buttercream.
But
yeah.
You put a chiffon cake with a Swiss buttercream.
Now we know.
I'm dead.
She's pregnant. She's dead. She's pregnant with all 24 babies.
Like your favorite
I'm
dessert?
pregnant with 24 kids. This is my favorite dessert. I could never turn it down.
Ooh.
A chiffon cake
chiffon
with a
cake.
Swiss buttercream. It takes so much effort. And just knowing that the effort is required to make this money.
I'm gonna go out to eat with you. You just like show me why I should appreciate
Money.
things.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is money, this is trash. This takes 2 seconds in the kitchen, this is trash, and this takes 24 hours. This is money, and you can taste it.
Well, let's see if you have the same reaction to this next one.
Devin, what you got for me, Devin? Old English fruitcake. Oh, geez.
That's a pass for me.
Okay, this is it depends on your preference, but this also reminds me of this old Italian cake they make with a bunch of fruits in there, and it's a thing.
This is a thing?
It's a thing.
It sounds like a high school insult.
Are you smashing or passing? What's the verdict?
I'm going to pass on this.
No,
because
yeah.
that's not
That's
a
my
chiffon
pass.
cake.
That's
You know
my
what?
Not a
Yeah.
chiffon
Right, like
cake.
a high to a low.
There's walnuts on the top too?
Let me just say this. For the calorie intake,
Right.
if you're going to be eating the calories,
It should be a chiffon cake.
should be a chiffon cake with a Swiss butter.
Compared to this,
Yeah.
just about any cake.
No, no, not.
Not for us.
It's good, but for me, not worth the calories.
I get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you love pineapple, this is a friend.
I don't think I've ever had a pineapple upside down cake, and I do love pineapple.
Traditional, classic, delicious. I mean, it's fun.
This is what we call legacy cake.
Yeah.
This is legacy.
Is it a legacy
This
cake?
is.
Oh, yeah.
I like to make these in cupcake form.
No, that I would eat.
Less calories and it's a good size.
Now, I would eat this in cupcake form, not interested
Yeah.
in cake form.
No, I would suggest it in cupcake
Yeah.
form.
I'd be open to trying
Actually.
either, to be honest.
Oh, and if you make a pina colada,
Why not?
oh my gosh.
Oh,
you make
fuck,
a-
say
a
less.
Swiss buttercream pina colada frosting.
Sold.
That sounds delicious. I'll do pina colada anything.
Tropical heaven in your mouth.
Well, that is all for Smash or Pass.
Thank you for that.
Thanks,
that
Devin.
was delicious.
I have this one stupid question that is a terrible ender, but I'm curious anyway. Do you cook for yourself?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Okay, so when Mike and I first met, we first started dating, I cooked every night. I love cooking. Mike will tell you, Mike, how many days did I cook?
7.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. That's how I hooked him. Right through his stomach. I love cooking. And now when we're working like 16-hour days and the days are long, you don't want me cooking.
Right.
I mean, after a 20-hour day, you don't want me in the kitchen.
You're back on that ramen.
I'm a hot
menu.
mess. I can barely push the microwave. It's just a disaster.
Right.
But when I do get the time, I love it because that's how my family has really shown love over the years because we didn't have a lot of money growing up. So the way we would express love was through food.
Yeah.
You would take the time and the energy to make that chiffon cake. You would take the time and the energy to make that Swiss buttercream icing because the ingredients are the same. The price is the same. It's the energy,
the time, and the
effort,
love.
the love that goes into it. So that's something that I really love to do. It's when we're more busier, I don't cook as much.
Yeah.
When we're less busy, Mike's probably happier because I'm cooking more. But Mike's actually picked up some cooking skills.
Is that so?
Over the years.
Over those 12
Mike,
years.
we got to do a couples. You guys, we should do a couples podcast in the future.
Yeah.
I thought we were just
I know he
couples
was cooking. I know. I was like, bitch is like, you don't want us in the kitchen.
Mike makes, this is kind of random, but a mean beef bulgogi.
A what?
That's Korean, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. One of my favorite places to go. I love Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
We've gone there so many times on like date nights. Had a great time.
You give me this recipe.
Mike goes, okay. So he finds a recipe he likes. He does he marinates, everything. I'm like, Mike, when can we eat? He goes, it's not done marinating. It's not done marinating. Like,
Get out of my kitchen.
Yeah. He's actually getting into it and it's delicious. He does nice fine slices.
I was gonna say that's
actually,
a tenderized situation.
I gotta be honest. He does not cook, but he does beef bulgogi very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel good on that note.
I feel good on that note as well too.
Outside of your ongoing life that's always on, I wish you had something to promote besides everything that you're always doing. Always.
Yeah.
You're like, what do you have to do? The same thing you've been doing successfully for 12 years straight.
And still doing.
And still doing it. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun.
I love when guests are easy and fun and have
I
things
know.
to talk
Well, it's
about.
just like a friend catch up. You know what I mean? It's just a friend catch up.
This was so much. We need to do a couples one.
We'll just do a couple, just once a month, just the regular
Yes.
sitting
Oh my
time.
gosh. Yeah. You guys, and when my projects are coming out, when I can actually talk about them, that would be great too.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Also, you might want to think about making a podcast for yourself.
Bro, I would listen to you talk about literally anything.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I don't care
Are
about
you
cooking.
kidding? Yes.
I couldn't have cared more about cooking this evening.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Your face.
I'm shocked. My mind is blown. I didn't know what to
You're
say.
like one of the most effortlessly funny people that I personally know, and you should make a podcast.
Also, the fact that you can have a conversation while you're cooking, very impressive. Now, don't worry about the cooking. Just have the conversation.
True.
Okay. And now I feel like you understand a chiffon cake.
We really do.
Work goes into
really
it.
Do.
It's not
I
just
cannot-
a lazy batter. It's
I cannot
a lazy
wait
batter and a meringue.
Until
Swiss.
we hit a restaurant that has a chiffon cake with a Swiss
Oh, yeah.
buttercream. I'm going to scream.
No, I'm going to just ask them, and is this the Swiss or the American butter? Oh, it's
Cream, buttercream,
Oh.
buttercream.
Oh, it is Swiss. Okay, good. I'll have it.
I wish the American buttercream was a little fancier.
When you make it, it's the American
but
buttercream.
It's just not. If they have a Swiss buttercream or an Italian buttercream, sign up.
Sign
That-
up.
Sign up.
Like and subscribe. Say nice things. We'll see you guys next week.
Like,
Bye.
subscribe, say nice things. Woo!